What's going on, everyone? We are back for another episode of the VYPE Watch-Along. This morning, South Oak Cliff versus Liberty Hill should be a great one. I hear the crowd is jam-packed today. Here with Will and special guest Dylan Dixon.
How y'all doing?
How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to have Dylan on. We had Anthony Holmes on a couple days ago. We've had so much action over the last few nights. We may have had the best game in the last 5-10 years. I mean, when you talk about any classic high school football game at the state level, you're always going to think of that Hail Mary game with Duncanville and North Shore. But man, Dylan, did you get to watch that Peyto College Station game?
Oh, yeah. I watched the last few minutes of it, and I was biting because of my friend, Alex, that's some good friends. He played middle linebacker, so I was hoping they would win.
What an incredible story. I mean, we had CJ Dumas on this week on the VYPE podcast. He said, the community has really come together. And we saw some mainstream media people in Texas high school football kind of say that they didn't have the fan support throughout the playoffs. And maybe they didn't draw a huge crowd last night. But the fans that they have are so passionate. They've come together. There's no alumni network for that school, so this is all parents and people that just love football. So what a great story for Katy Peyto, and then they move up to 6A next year. You think they stand a chance in that Katy district?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. We see how the transition with Shadow Creek did. I mean, they're gonna be good, but state continues. That's hard going. Only a few teams have ever done that. And that's like Katy and Manville.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and Shadow Creek, it's not to say that they've had a bad run over the last couple of years. It's just when you go from state championship up to the next level, the expectation is that you're going to win a state championship. So when they go, runner-up, second or third place, whatever it was, last year, and then they win the district this year.
Yeah.
I mean, both of us saw them all year. That was a good team. That was a sneaky team.
We should have beat them.
That's what everyone said this year.
And no cap.
Game looks like it's a few minutes from starting, but I think it's a good one. Both of them averaging about the same amount of points per game. So it's really going to be, can South Oak Cliff stop that slot T?
You said you thought there were going to be around 60,000 people at this game. Is that right?
I've heard rumors that that's what it could be, and I kind of know a couple of people at the game, and they're saying, they've been there for the last few days, and they said it's been so much harder to, it's taken so much longer to get into the building, which really tells you just how many people are there today.
This is going to be a really fun game. I haven't seen South Oak Cliff. The big story around them is that they're this inner city program that has kind of gotten all of Dallas ISD's support over the last few months. I mean, when you look at Liberty Hill, you see what the story is on them. They're quick, they're big. No one's been able to stop them. Crosby was barely able to stop them last year. This is a dominant team. Have you seen Liberty Hill at all this year?
Yes, sir. I feel like if South Oak Cliff stays focused, I feel like they should be able to get them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they got to minimize the errors, and if they minimize the errors, ain't no telling what the game should look like.
Kind of the first quarter mistakes. That's what we followed the last few days now. Is that the team that doesn't make the mistakes in the first quarter has won in every game but one. I think that we've done every game but one, which was the Stratford Falls Cities game, where Stratford really struggled in the first quarter and then had to completely switch their game for the next three. But you look at the LBJ Stephenville game yesterday. LBJ had 4 fumbles in the first 11 minutes of the game. They played well in the fourth quarter, even late in the third. But just because they had those early turnovers, they were never able to get mentally where they were all season, and on the scoreboard where they were all season too.
Yeah, I mean, 4 turnovers on your first 4 possessions. You don't usually win games when you start like that, and that was definitely the case yesterday. Unfortunately for LBJ, of course, for those watching, I've been saying it all week long since we've been here. if you're hoping to watch the game with us, we don't have the game. That's just the way it is. The game is on Bally Sports, which you can find on DirecTV and Xfinity, and I think there's actually a couple others that I found out last night. But we can't show the game due to copyright reasons. So we're doing the next best thing, right? We know some of you can't watch the game and don't know where to find the game. If you want to listen to a Liberty Hill centric football cast, there actually, if you go to our website VYPE.com, we do have the Liberty Hill kind of football crew has followed Liberty Hill from the start of the season till now. They're going to be doing the radio kind of broadcast of that, and that will be on VYPE.com. Or you can stay here and watch it with us. So either way, you're gonna be able to follow the action. As it progresses, instead of having to search for what's going on, what's the down and distance, who has the ball. Here you'll have all that, right? So as you can see on your screen right now, white dot will indicate who has the ball, and you'll be able to see the quarter here and the time. So follow along with us. And like I said, we got Dylan here. I'm sure we'll ask him some questions about his decision to go to Colorado and all that stuff. So glad to have you here. And again, thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So South Oak Cliff kind of encouraged everyone to come in their icy white and gold attire today. I'd like to see that side of the stadium because, man, the coaches did it well. There's no really team branding on anything they're wearing. They're all wearing the white and gold Adidas, and man, those might be the best jerseys we've seen.
Honestly, and I'm a little biased here because I am a Longhorn, and so I'm biased to icy whites, right? Mm-hmm. I love that white on white, and if you have that right color, which for Longhorns it's the burnt orange, and here with that nice shiny gold, I mean, it just looks amazing. And of course, you got Liberty Hill in the all purple. So we got to kick off, and look, well, I've had this. This is I think the 5th game in a row where, as you can see, I start the game with the white dot just at random, right? Because I have how I have it set up. I can just switch back and forth. And the last 5 games, who the white dot has been on, that's who's gotten the ball first. I don't know what kind of juju I have going on here, but South Oak Cliff getting the ball first, and we are about to get started.
They went for an onside kick.
They went for an onside kick, and they didn't get it because it didn't go 10 yards, huh?
Whoa, I don't know if you saw that. But
I did not.
So they had the kicker run up. He set the ball down on the tee. He walked back, and someone else kicked the ball.
Let's see. Here we go. And just did not get enough on it. They would have gotten that. They would have got that too.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. It's happened to me before. Cliff Springs last year, they did that to us. And it's even trickier looking at it from the field because you wouldn't expect it, especially opening kickoff.
Yeah, and one thing is that you can't see because the original kicker is in front of the other guy.
Well, really good field position for South Oak Cliff now. I mean, I think that they're already in Liberty Hill territory, so very gutsy by Liberty Hill there.
Yeah, we know they don't play very aggressive on offense.
Going for a home run shot right now. They got a guy. Man, he had it. Just a little underthrown there, but receiver had his hands on it. I'm going to pull up the rosters right now here.
Yeah, Coach Todd just said, if they're going to take some shots to start off the game, so are we.
That was number 11 there. I might get his name. Jamari Colley barely couldn't come down with it. Let me pull up the Liberty Hill roster as well. Second down, this looks like it's going to be a big passing game for South Oak Cliff. They get about 4 there.
Good open field tackle.
You always have a little extra eye on the defense when you watch and see what people do?
Actually, I tend to watch the offense so I can see. Honestly, I just feel like football always leans towards offense. Mm-hmm. So I watch the offense, but usually I try to watch as much as possible. I always look at what defense they're running before each play, though.
Well, we got a 3rd down and 6 here, and quarterback rolls to the right, and he escapes a couple of tackles, but won't be able to get the first down. Now will.
This is no man's land.
No man's land here. I mean, Liberty Hill kind of gave you a gift on that onside kick. I mean, you just say, hey, let's just go for it here?
I think you go for it. I think it's one of those silver platter, drives. They gave you an opportunity to start in their own territory. Why don't you just try to get the first down? And really, it's no harm, no foul. If Liberty Hill gets the stop, then, well, I mean,
almost jumped there
on defense.
Well, here we go. Quarterback drops back to pass. Oh, he can
getting
lose some
himself.
pressure. Oh,
Oh,
got the first down.
first
Wow.
down.
Wow. Ball did come out, but it looked like he was down. But, man, it looked like he had the first down. He stumbles and is still able to get... Now, am I reading this right? Is he only a freshman? I mean,
Kevin Henry Jennings, he is...
Okay, you say, okay, so maybe... Do I have the wrong...
Yeah, he's a senior. He's committed to SMU.
That's interesting because they have... So, I'm only getting the rosters off of Max Preps here. What'd you say his name was?
Kevin Henry
Oh,
Jennings.
okay. So I don't know why there's 2 number 8s here, but okay, Kevin. There we go. So I don't know who this friggin' person is, but he's not number 8. There we go.
Teams put a lot of freshmen and JV teams on there too.
So Kevin Henry Jennings gets the first down for South Oak Cliff. Nice first down run by by Jennings.
They've yet to hand the ball off to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a pass heavy team. He's been the biggest riser through the playoffs. He came into the playoffs committed to Missouri State. In that time, got a couple offers, ended up getting an offer from SMU, and that's where he signed on Wednesday. But yeah, this is, I mean,
Big time.
this is to sign to a group of 5 school at quarterback in December. Get that offer in December. You just don't see that.
First handoff to the running back of the day. Oh, he's got some room. Going to get the first down almost to the red zone there. And that is number 4. Let me find a name for you guys. That is Quaylon Farrar. This is where being able to listen to the TV would be nice because I could hear the right pronunciations of the names. It's like, I understand, right? My last name, Waslosik, is a doozy. But, yeah.
He's going to break the 1,000-yard mark in this game.
Oh, you got
that's
offsides.
Offsides, and they actually blow it dead.
Should probably readjust my clock here.
I think say a false start. So South Oak is they're rolling right now after
They
the
are.
4th down conversion. So it's one of those penalties that can really not end a drive, but hurt you in the long run.
Yes.
I feel like if they don't gain 5 or 6 yards right here, I think they're going to settle for a field goal this drive.
Let's see what they can do here on 1st and 15. Again, thanks for joining us. We can't show the game, but we'll be talking about it all day, so thanks for joining in. We got a little wide receiver, little screen there,
pick.
yeah.
7 or 8.
That's a good pickup.
And we got 2nd and 6. So pretty much got the yardage and then some back, so this is definitely what you want.
Nine yards on that last one. And I don't think they're going to get anything here. Wow.
About maybe a yard, I think they'll give them. So it's 3rd and 5 coming up. Sort of some things you're keying on like a 3rd and kind of down in distance about 5 when you play on defense.
I feel like for a team like South Oak Cliff, they're going to try to get the ball in space. In high school, it's very rare someone comes down and makes the tackle for no gain, no loss in open field. So I feel like right here they're going to try to get the ball in space, maybe a bubble screen, key, slant, something like that.
Let's see what they do here. 3rd down, and they say no yardage, so 3rd and 6.
Or maybe a little quarterback pull, a little draw.
They've done that a few times today. Let's see. Looks
Play
like
action here.
Oh.
Yeah, he should have had that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that ball was knocked out or if he just kind of went through his hands.
Here we go. We've seen a lot of teams go for it here in these situations. Yeah, they should have caught that.
Yeah, that's a catch he's going to make most of the time.
It's one of those where you kind of just you're trying to catch it with your stomach instead of trying to catch it with your hands there.
It looks like they're keeping the offense out
Yeah.
there from all the angles that we're seeing right
I mean, I
now.
think we've seen maybe one field goal kick outside of the overtime one from College Station, but we've seen like one field goal kick where instead of going forward. Here we go, 4th and 6, and they are indeed going for it.
He's got
He's
it.
got a guy.
Oh,
Touchdown!
touchdown.
There we go. Touchdown, South Oak Cliff.
I mean, that was... There's not many drives where you have to convert on 4th down that you say are close to perfect, but that was. South Oak Cliff, they went pass heavy to start off, and then once they got Jennings taken himself a couple times. It opened up the run game because they figured that all that South Oak Cliff was going to do was pass it. Once they got the run game going, they got a couple yards out of it, got those short passes, and that one was not too short.
Well, and good route. And it was a good job also by the running back Farrar of picking up that block there. I mean, in that situation, you have to pick up that block to give your quarterback that extra, second to, plant his feet and throw the ball. And that's exactly what he did. So, great first drive. And he knew as soon as he threw the ball, he was running away right then. So, I got to stop my clock here. 6:58 left in the first, and it is 7-0 South Oak Cliff. Feel like I'm pulling a little Bally today with my scoreboard.
Yeah, Bally's had their troubles the last few days with the scoreboard.
So for those watching at home, last few days, for instance, like you come out at halftime, and for like the first 6 minutes of the third quarter in one game, they still have the timeouts from the first half shown. So like one timeout and two timeouts left. When it's like, well, no, they have all three timeouts. So Bally is doing a little struggling. Not only do they only come in on a couple of channels, but scorebook can use a little work. So again, thanks for tuning in. For everyone watching, of course, let us know who you think is going to win in the chat. And again, we would love to show the game, but we cannot because of copyright issues for Valley Sports. So if you have DirecTV, if you have Xfinity, go check those out. We have the Liberty Hill radio broadcast on our website, actually, VYPE.com. You can go check that out. Or you can just stay here with us. We got the scoreboard for you. We got the down or the time and the quarters. So we've got everything you need here if you need it. And we got a special guest right now. So and he's got the insight, right? So he can give you some insights that me and Will here cannot. And Dylan, you said you're going to be going to Colorado starting. When is your time? I know you said you're going to graduate, and not early, but graduate in May.
Yes, sir.
So you plan on going kind of right after, or spending the summer here in Texas?
We depart to Colorado June 14th.
There you go, June 14th.
So I have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a little freedom. Really, those 2 weeks is honestly the most vital 2 weeks. I got to train, get ready for what's coming.
Now, y'all doing a little road trip to Colorado or flying over there?
Oh, we're going to road down there.
Nice.
But usually every other time after that, we're going to fly. We got to get some stuff down there for my dorm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you have any questions for Dylan here in the chat, let us know. And, if he's comfortable answering them, he will. So,
Yes.
Henry Jennings to Keandre Hollywood on that last one. That's his real last name, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Well, one of the things you're starting to see, I don't know if you noticed with Cuero, is we're starting to see some kids with the name of LeBron.
Yeah. Atascocita basketball has Kanye Ortiz. So that's a new one.
There you go.
LeBron Williams, that's who it was on Cuero.
I believe Williams was last name, yeah. Well, good first job, good first drive for them. Just look at this stadium. I mean, there you go.
Got that second level open. I mean, it's been open the whole time, but it has not been filled.
Look, I said, I heard 60K, right? That was the kind of the estimated attendance for this, and it's looking like it could be that easily here.
I'm thinking we have at least 40 right now, and by the end of this game, whether it's a blowout or not, we're gonna have that Duncanville crowd coming in.
I say it's gonna kick in around halftime.
Yeah,
around halftime.
I mean, that's it. It's definitely bigger than any game we've seen, and it does help. Once you get into these bigger schools, you also get into Saturday, so that was the reason that Pato may not have drawn the biggest crowd yesterday.
People don't got work,
right.
School.
And Liberty Hill about to get the ball here. They're going to be able to get a return out of this.
That was a 5-minute drive by South Oak Cliff.
And nicely done. Up about to the 26, number 24, who I think is our main running back. Let me double check here. Or at least one of their running backs, Carter Hudson. So here we go. The slot T. I mean, you talk about, and I want to get your take on this here in a second, but I mean, they from the time they snap the ball, or break the huddle right here to the time they snap the ball, it can be like less than a second, and you'll see that here. I mean, there you go. The camera wasn't even ready for it.
And the camera will miss it. Because I've worked camera for several of these games. You miss it every time because you can't see.
Yeah.
Even for people watching it, it's hard to see, with the naked eye.
Oh, here we go. Jonathan, thanks for joining us once again. As I'm looking at Peyton Bowen, who plays for Denton Guyer and is coming to Texas A&M. They're playing tonight at 7. Here we go. Quick snap, and looks like number 21 will get the ball for Liberty Hill. That is Noah Long. I think they're one of their kind of key running backs, and he is a sophomore. So he'll be a couple more years out of Noah Long. And we got a third down coming up for Liberty Hill. I mean, you talk about it's like barely a minute has passed and it's already 3rd and 4 here. That's how quick Liberty Hill is.
I feel like this would be a real quick game.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen too many drives, 5 minutes to start off the game.
And going to be short. We'll see if they punt here, but they are definitely short. But give me your insight here. I mean, you've seen it here now for 3 plays, how quick they get to the ball and go. I mean, as a defense, are you just like, give me a chance to breathe here, or what's your kind of mindset?
Well, see, as a defense, I feel like you're going to have to adjust. Like, you're going to have your base set, and you're going to have to be real confident in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, like, any other, like, hesitation or second guessing, and it could be a touchdown. I feel like a defense like this, you have to be disciplined because they're going to pound it and pound it and pound it. They're just looking for that one time to bust, and that one time to bust is going to be good.
I think you really get an idea of your conditioning, I feel like, with a team like this. Here you go. They are going to punt, it looks like.
Ooh. Yeah. He's got the Aussie punt there.
And it looks like a pretty good punt, yeah.
And great awareness by the punt team right there. He saw that coming back and made sure to grab it.
Wow. So I'll show you guys. So my friend who is at the stadium, they're still coming in right now. Just look at that crowd still coming in.
Wow.
It's a lot of people.
Shout out to Dr. Childs, who is on location. One of my good friends. But so have you ever played like a kind of a slot team before?
Yeah, we played Alvin.
Okay.
And when I tell you that practice was the most boring practice the whole week because they run 3 different things and that's the only 3 things we practice. And then we practice a little reverse. We practice 4 plays on 3 practices. So like it gets annoying. It questions if you want to play football or not.
Does the defensive front hate that game by the end of it though because of how much how tired they probably are at the end of it?
Big time. See, at Pearland we run a 3-3-5, but when we played Alvin, we changed our defense to 4-3 because like it's nothing.
It makes
else.
more sense. Yeah,
They don't pass the ball on.
Yeah.
That's it's funny because the guys at Strike Jesuit said the same thing. Man, we're gonna beat Alvin. Like, why do we practice every day? Like,
well, and we've already seen this would be interesting because we've already seen one team in the UIL State, Franklin, have 0 passing yards, and we could see that again today with Liberty Hill, which would be absolutely interesting.
Yeah, we saw 0 passing yards get a guy on some recruiting sites and some offers in the span of about 12 hours yesterday. That was
Malik Murphy.
Yeah. I'm going to check his Twitter right now. See, he may have gotten some more offers over the last few hours because almost broke the 3A record.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is interesting for you going to Colorado. Is now you're going to be playing USC and with their new coach Lincoln Riley, who's kind of known for their kind of passing attack. So, are you excited for that challenge to play kind of such a, I wouldn't say legendary coach, but up and coming coach with such a pedigree, coach for Oklahoma?
I think that's my most exciting thing about going to the Pac-12 is they air the ball out and there's a safety, of course. I'm gonna love that. So yeah, I mean, Lincoln Riley just added more sugar to the top.
Oh man. Here we go. South Oak Cliff's second possession of the game. Scored on the first one on that 4th down play.
I think they're going to air it out to start off this drive.
Hitch.
And right up the middle.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of yards.
Simple read though. Ollie. Right outside linebacker.
I think we may have the biggest player that we've seen all week in this game. I was going to say last drive, but number 58 for South Oak Cliff, Breon Ramsey Brooks. Anyone want to guess how tall and how much he weighs?
I'm assuming he's probably, 6'4", 6'6"?
6'5", 370.
370. Well, I know the Duncanville, Texas commit. He's not that tall, but he's that big.
Right, Christian Williams. Right?
Yep.
So the only player that I saw bigger than that this season was Samu Tamapepe from Atascocita. Weighed at some points of the season over 400 pounds.
Well, 3rd down and 5 here. They ran. You expect a pass here. Yep, he's gonna roll left. And
good catch.
Ooh, but where are they gonna spot that ball?
It's where the ball
Oh
is.
wait, I think they're saying he hit the
dropped
ground.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, 4th and 5. Let's take a little replay here. And yeah, that did.
See, I'm not sure he caught that ball.
Yeah, that definitely hit the ground. I mean, it's kind of like NFL rules, right? You they can touch the ground if it's not kind of helping you catch the ball. In that case, it definitely hit the ground before he kind of had possession of it. So 4th down and 5. That was a little underthrown, and I think Jennings Henry Jennings will tell you that. It's like I could have thrown that ball better. So I think that's, as a coach, you probably go up to that quarterback and be like, hey, that's all right, we had it. Just get that ball a little up and we're good. So here comes the punt. And we're going to get a return this time, and South Oak Cliff all over that.
All over.
That return didn't stand a chance. That was number 2 on the tackle.
They're hyped up.
Tyrone Chambers.
We'd heard that all season, that this is the team that's excited at every single point in the game, no matter whether I'm 1 or 70. And we can tell that right now. And on the opposite side, Liberty Hill is a team that doesn't get excited very often. They're hard-nosed. They go out there. They take care of business. They don't celebrate much. So they may have to change that to kind of keep the excitement on their fan side and on the sideline.
There he goes.
He's got an opening, but this one probably comes back here. I saw a flag come on down, and let's see what happens here.
You can see you got 3 lead blockers coming through that hole. That's...
Yes. I think last week they had a few illegal formations, and I wonder with how fast that flag came out if that's going to be it here. Oh, defensive offside, so this one will stand.
Oh.
Wow.
So this game is actually a Fort Worth chapter Tasso game.
Interesting.
And South Oak Cliff, not too far away from Fort Worth.
I think it happened in the second game yesterday, or no, maybe was it? I think it was the Houston Crew yesterday.
It was the Houston Crew.
And for that last game, maybe or something.
Not sure
No.
about the last crew, but it was for the first game, I think.
Looks like right back to I think that's Noah Long, number 21. He's gonna get a couple there.
Number 2's a baller. He's been making some plays so far.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the tackle on the last punt.
Got a few tackles last drive too.
Now we start to see less and less. Something you see, Dylan, in the 1A through the 4A realm is two-way players, and don't really see that here as Liberty Hill picks up the first down as number 6, Joe Pitchford, sophomore quarterback there. Or they have him as quarterback anyways on the...
Quarterback is subjective on
Yeah.
this Liberty Hill team.
They have this quarterback on Max Preps. So sometimes we can only go off of what Max Preps give us. If you know what... Oh, here we go. Liberty Hill Billy, how do I watch the game? If you want to watch the game, you need... after this play, let's see, number 10 is going to get a first down and get to the red zone. Liberty Hill Billy, if you want to watch the game, you need Valley Sports, which is on DirecTV and Xfinity. DirecTV is channel 767, I believe.
770, yeah, 670 something.
Oh, 676, there you go. And Xfinity is channel 37, I believe. If you want the Liberty Hill radio broadcast, that is on our website, actually, at VYPE.com, and then you have us as an option. Unfortunately, we can't show the game, or we would, so sorry about that. I'll actually type it out just in case maybe you're not listening. Sometimes people will tune in and they don't have the volume up, so...
I mean, this is the kind of prime Liberty Hill that we see where they're going to get 11, 12 yards on every single play. I mean, I think we saw that average yards per rush is about 8.2.
Well, thanks for sticking with us, Liberty Hillbilly. We'll see what happens here. Liberty Hill is driving, but they do have a 3rd and 5. I think what's that, around the 15-yard line, I believe it is, with
So.
about a minute 50 left in this first quarter.
3rd and 5.
A nice little pitch to Noah Long, and he will not
Way
get
to
the first
stick with
down.
it.
Wow. Yeah, that's the way to shed the block right there. So 4th down coming up, and you know, I think Liberty Hill might go for it. I think they're not. You know, they are prone to kick the field goal, I believe, if I remember from this season. So
No.
I think they could kick it here. Sometimes you gotta get those points, right? We'll see here.
I would be surprised to see them kick it.
They are gonna go for it. Yep.
Oh.
Well, maybe not anymore.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic.
Did you-
We
did you
see
see-
false starts from them, but not like that.
You just heard it from all of us at the same time. Just like Roan. That makes me wonder if there's some miscommunication there, because I mean, you see it here. You know. Oh, so he was trying to tell. That's what's good and bad about this. You can move fast as a team, but you know, if you have to do something for readjustments, the team might not be ready for it. So we'll see if they decide for a field goal here now. It looks like they are staying on the field.
Could this be the first pass we see?
This is interesting, yeah.
When they run passes, it'll be.
No, they are going for a field goal, yeah.
Okay, field goal.
There's a delay game. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they called a timeout.
We'll see. Yep, timeout, yep.
This first quarter's been flying.
Yes, the game has only been going on for 34
Yeah.
minutes game time, or official time.
I mean, I think they started right at around 11:10.
That's true.
The broadcast itself started at 11.
Yeah.
We were wondering, hey, do we have it on the wrong channel? 11 o'clock game time. It's 11 o'clock start time.
Well, here you go. I mean, this is a good timeout if you're the coach to just at least be able to say, hey, calm down, guys. You know, you got the false start there. You didn't get to the line in time in the last one, so. And now they're showing everything about Liberty Hill. Enrollment of 1,300, 188 miles to AT&T Stadium. Their 4th appearance at the state championship, and they're 2-time state champions.
So 2 for 3, not too bad.
Yeah.
Could make it 3 for 4.
One of the times they won the state championship, they were a 3A school. Now they're 5A. They beat my hometown team in the state semis, and that's like the farthest my team has ever gotten in school history. So that was in 2007. All right, here we go. Field goal attempt once again. Snap is kick is, and that's going to be no good.
Good.
That one's just a little bit of a shank there. So South Oak Cliff comes up with the stop.
Well, you know, only 37 seconds left. I don't know if they would be able to do it, but with a 2-score lead to end the quarter, that would be. I mean, they've already set the tone, but that would be a huge tone setter. This drive likely going to go within the first few minutes of the second quarter. South Oak Cliff is. I think it's the time where they start taking more shots.
Oh, I mean, they almost had that one on the first play of the game. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. Look like they're in a pretty good running formation here, though. And indeed, it is a handoff to number 12, who is going to be met in the backfield.
A 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and that might do it. I think South Oak Cliff could have run one more play if they want to. But they may just let this thing run out. And, you know, because of the way Liberty Hill plays, you're not going to get many possessions with this ball either. So
No.
there's, you know, it's kind of like almost kind of like yesterday where there were a couple of games where it's like you have to, you know, kind of gauge how many more possessions you're going to get.
Yeah, we saw that with Crosby last week. Crosby just didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
When they had it, you know, that they didn't realize they had to score on every single possession. That's what you need to do.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Very, very, you know, 7-0, but very exciting first quarter.
Oh, for sure. It's been quick. After a week of a lot of long, you know, first quarters, first halves, this has been fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been nonstop action.
Well, if you're in the chat, let us know what you think is going to happen in this second quarter. Is South Oak Cliff going to extend their lead, or are we going to see Liberty Hill catch back up? Let us know. Raining outside here in Houston, let me tell you. I hope that rain doesn't last all day because I'm planning on driving home to Austin tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll get out of here probably around midnight, get home at 3 a.m. We'll see. So, I always say I'd rather like drive at the night than have to wake up and get home in the morning, right? So as you can see, I'm clearly a Cowboys fan. So Cowboys play at noon tomorrow. So it's either drive home tonight or wake up like at 8 a.m. to get home by then. And I'd rather drive home tonight and sleep in a little bit. So
this is a good opportunity to talk about Colorado's class because I made a tweet a couple days ago, right before signing day. So you guys have 3 players from the Houston area.
Yes,
Joshua Wiggins, and Chase Sewell, which was very last minute.
Very.
But 8 guys from Texas high school football. How many of those guys not from Houston do you know personally, or have you met on recruiting trips or things like that?
Owen for sure. Owen actually ended up playing a few games with us on my 7-on-7 team, South Texas Elite, and Keisha I've met a few times out in the 7-on-7 circuit. So there's a few of them, but Chase, that's a big steal. I'm really excited to see what he does because I feel like that could be he really should have been a high 3-star, low 4-star receiver, but I feel like with baseball and all that, I feel like he got recognized late, but it was just in time for Colorado to get him.
Oh, people that saw him all year out of Atascocita said, he's that guy. Don't really know why. He maybe just didn't have the film that people were looking at, but he had a couple small offers, I think, and then got Colorado.
Let me get that link for you right now. Give me 1 second.
So you said Luke McCown, who's Josh McCown's son. So that's a pretty big storyline. Is that you're getting a guy who's been around football his whole life, as a lot of you have, and they've got a good quarterback room there, but you think he may be that guy at some point pretty soon?
I feel like he'll definitely be able to compete for it this year. So I mean, it's only time will tell. I mean, I'm very excited to see what happens.
Oh, that was nearly picked off, but it's gonna be a first down. All right, so if you want to listen to the radio broadcast, I have just posted the link there for you. Or you can just go to VYPE.com and click the first option that pops up for you.
Wow. I mean, he fought through a hit to the helmet right as that ball came in.
First down and 10 for South Oak Cliff, and we're going to get it right up the middle. And that up the middle hasn't worked so far today, but sometimes you gotta keep on doing that to set up the pass and set up everything else and kind of wear out that defense.
A little bit earlier on, they had a graphic that showed how balanced this team was. Per game, I think it was around a 15-yard differential between the pass and run, favoring the run a little bit. It's been about as even in this game, but the passing is mainly off of 2 passes. They've run it a lot more since those first couple plays.
Second down, and there will be a pass here, and looks like enough for the first down. It is complete to number 5 for South Oak Cliff. That is Randy Reese.
I think the deciding factor in this game is going to be if Liberty Hill could defend the curl flats better like that, because it seems like the run game isn't going to be there for South Oak Cliff. I mean, it just seems like the passing game is there for South Oak Cliff. And
Will, something for you to research right now. Any Liberty Hill players going to the D1 schools next year?
I believe there's one, but I'll have to check. Yeah, but I think that about the curl flats, we've seen them run that 3 or 4 times. I mean, already twice on this drive, and Liberty Hill has not done anything to stop it. I mean, they get the tackle maybe a second after it's brought in, but that's 5-10 yards every single time.
Liberty Hill, Billy, we're looking at that right now. We think there's one, but we'll verify that and let you know. $9.50 and change left in this one. Second down and 10 for South Oak Cliff now. Looks like we got a pass coming. He's going to go for the long ball here. He's got him. If it's on a target.
Good defense.
Good defense.
Good defense.
So we've got a couple players on Liberty Hill, and this is just for 2022. Caden McMahon, and if we can get a number on him in a minute, that'd be great. He has 5 offers: Air Force, Army, Dartmouth,
number
Navy,
5,
and New Mexico.
So we got Caden McMahon, Liberty Hill. Billy has some offers, some D1 offers. He hasn't committed yet, though. And man, that was good. You know, I think you're gonna if you're South Oak Cliff, you're gonna be like, "Where's the flag?" He didn't get his head around, but I don't think he ever really fully ran into the receiver there. So here we go, 3rd down and 10, and gonna have a quick pass, and is he? Oh yes, he gets the first down. It's number 3 for South Oak Cliff. That is Tyrone Chambers, and we got another comment in the chat that says, "My boy Huncho in the booth." So you must. I'm taking it. He's is he on the radio there?
No.
Oh, is that your nickname here?
Huncho
that's
Dill.
what they
Oh,
call
all
me.
right. I didn't know that was your nickname. All
Yeah,
right.
they call you that. Honestly, I feel like right there you got to get off the field on 3rd downs in order to win a football game.
These rack yards by South Oak Cliff has really been killing Liberty Hill.
Liberty Hill Billy says he'd be great at Army or Navy for.
Yeah, so it looks like the Armed Forces teams have really come in hard at Liberty Hill because Aaron Brewer also has offers from Air Force, Army, and Navy. Those are his only 3 offers, but those are 3 good offers to have. And then Lloyd Johnson Jr. has HBU, Incarnate Word, and Sam Houston. And those last 2, and really all 3 teams, we've seen some stars come out of those schools. Cameron Ward, we were talking about a couple days ago, at quarterback. He'll be playing for a Power 5 team next year. So run on 2nd down, and he's going to get the 1st and more. Wow, that was a big hit he just took. This has been a physical game. And there was a huge gap there, right, Dylan?
Big gap. It's a way to hold on by number 7, though.
Mm-hmm.
First 10 for South Oak Cliff, and they're moving now. Looking for the
Going
touchdown
deep.
here.
Oh!
Got it. That's a touchdown.
Good
That
catch.
is a touchdown. Oh, that might be a flag right there, though. A little extra celebration there.
I didn't see him throw it yet.
But hey, that's a touchdown
Good
regardless.
Wow.
That was a good throw and good catch. I mean, really only placed it where his guy could get it.
These games bring out the best playmakers, and that's the biggest play we've seen today. Oh my goodness. He gets both knees down.
If like DB got his head around, it would have had a little better chance of making a play on that ball.
And that's Cauley for South Oak Cliff. And yeah, they didn't call the flag. That's kind of a, I applaud the refs right there. You know, sometimes you feel as athletes, you kind of you gotta let the athlete show some emotion, right?
Especially in this game. This is their 16th game of the year. I mean, it took them a long time to get here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at that.
Probably dreamed about it as kids. So scoring a big play like that, he got a lot of emotion.
And we got Josh Cook on the replay.
Josh Cook on the replay.
That was great.
We have a couple of our VYPE people there on site today. That means he probably got a good.
Yeah, we'll see it in a second. He got some great shots of Patel last night.
Well, now this is something we've been saying a lot these last few days. Well, this next drive is going to be kind of big for Liberty Hill.
Yeah, this is. We don't see them start out slow, and you can say that with just about any team playing in these games, but it's very uncharacteristic for Liberty Hill to have a drive that goes down into the red zone and stall.
Yeah.
They don't stall. They're consistent. Either it doesn't work or it does. So to see it.
So here you
in the
go.
middle.
I don't have an official attendance yet, but you want to know something that makes me know there's a lot of people there?
What?
Third deck has been opened up at AT&T
Wow.
Stadium. This game is going to be packed by the second half.
Yeah, those Duncanville people, they said they were going to show out. I think they did.
Here we go. This is from Mike Roach here. Just another picture. You can just see how just packed it is, and some people in the third deck already there.
Could we show that one?
I'm gonna wait. I don't know. I don't want to take it from someone.
Right.
That's not. Unfortunately, I don't want to. People complaining that stealing our stuff. So I'm sure we'll get a picture at some point. There you go. Look, so you got some Duncanville fans, like I said. They were going to show up for South Oak Cliff, and they have.
I think I might have to get myself some of the South Oak Cliff gear.
It's nice. It is.
Definitely have to get a Peyto State Champion shirt.
with the Tar Heel blue.
That's I think Step called him Katie in blue this week, and they played like it last night.
Well, now they'll probably end up being in the same district as Katie, right?
They will be. So yeah, we talked to CJ about that a little bit, and he won't be there. But he says, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be harder than what they've had to deal with the last couple of years, and as many things as they've had to go over. That's saying something. So when you mix in Katy, Peyto, Tompkins, and then you think about the other two teams that made the playoffs this year, which is Cinco Ranch and Seven Lakes. So that's 5 teams right there. So one of those teams won't make the playoffs every year. And Katy Taylor, who was on a great run the last couple years up until this year, they didn't make it this year. It's going to be tough for them to come back. So not only are we talking about good teams not making the playoffs, we're talking about good teams losing 5-6 games. Just in district.
Yeah, and I don't know if we can show the plays. Liberty Hillbilly says purple would look better on y'all. And I don't know if we can show the plays, but we definitely. What channel on Xfinity? I believe channel 37, John, is what channel you need to go to, if I remember from yesterday correctly. But we do.
This could be a bigger.
That's Noah Long right there. But we got a very good shot of the touchdown on. So if you want to look at it, if you want to see that touchdown that just happened, go to VYPE_DFW, I believe it is. No, just VYPE DFW, and you can see that touchdown on Twitter. We'll also have highlights about an hour after the game on our YouTube page. So if you can't check them out, be there. Jonathan says, "How will Katy be next year?"
Katy, they've got Caleb Coger for a third year as their starter. They're losing quite a few players. Bobby Taylor, who didn't play most of the season. Malik, who is off to A&M. Tyke Hanna. I mean, this is a historic 2022 class. They're going to have a player walk on to Texas, but they reload. We talk about these teams all the time, and we'll talk about it a lot in the North Shore Duncanville team game. These teams reload. So I would expect them to be number one because of the turnaround that Peyto will have too. Tompkins is going to have to start, completely start over. They're losing all of their key offensive players.
Yeah. By the way, Liberty Hill picks up the first down. I believe they may be in South. Yes, they are in South Oak Cliff territory at the 45. And Noah Long gets the ball here, and he gets about another 5 yards. So Liberty Hill is starting to find their groove a little bit. Snake Eyes says, "Let's go state champs, baby." Peyto all the way. John says, "I think Duncanville will win today." You know what? You wouldn't be the only one thinking that. I think Duncanville is definitely favored today. Our man here thinks it might even be a blowout.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell us what you think about that game.
I just feel like North Shore won't be able to match Duncanville. Like, it ain't the same game as it used to be. I feel like North Shore got a little bit smaller now. They can't run off the intimidation factor. You've seen they can be beat a few times now. So I feel like it's going to be a different outcome.
I think everyone from the Houston area and even Austin, too, people want North Shore to go down. We saw it in the Westfield game. Oh, maybe the North Shore dynasty is finally over. And then they come out and win everything.
Real quick, a 3rd and short. And it looks like the quarterback bobbled the ball. Let's see if he gets the first down. That was number 16, Reese Vickers. Kind of bobbles the ball on the snap. And he does pick up the first down, though. So no harm, no foul there for Liberty Hill. He definitely almost fumbles the ball. They're able to hold on to it barely. I mean, that was almost a disaster for Liberty Hill.
Yeah, I think he may hear something about that from the coach. He keeps running as he's bobbling that ball.
I think that just tells you about the speed of Liberty Hill. I mean, Noah Long picks up another first down here, and they're almost at the 10-yard line inside the red zone now. And, I think this is kind of what we've been talking about with this offense is, the longer the game goes, this run game is going to find some of its groove. So, good on South Oak Cliff for getting that 14-0 lead because they may need it as the game progresses. Here we go. Pitchford gets the ball here. I'm sorry.
8 yards.
Yeah, another 8 yards. I said they were almost at the 10, but now they're inside the red zone, so apologies there. I believe that's Pitchford with the ball. Yes, it was. So Liberty Hill's moving.
I like the sticker action. So Liberty Hill has these little stickers as opposed to some of the bigger ones we've seen. And one of the players has spelled out yeehaw on the back of his helmet.
Jonathan says Denver Harris will turn up against Duncanville, so we'll see. Of course, as we know, Denver Harris is going to commit after the game tonight, so we'll see where he commits. And looks like we got almost a first down. Going to be third and short, but
I 100% agree. He's a dog.
Any predictions for where he's going to commit tonight?
I don't know. I just hope he's not A&M.
There we go.
Flag on the play. We'll see what the flag ends up being. Oh, Adrian says Denver isn't even like that.
Oh. Denver's like that. We've seen it for a couple years.
Oh, another defensive offsides for South Little Cliff. That's the second one of them today. Gonna have to, as a coach, you're gonna have to tell them, hey, come on. I mean, that's a free first down right there.
We know that Denver's down to Texas A&M, Alabama, I think LSU maybe, but those first three for sure. He does have a Colorado offer though, so maybe you can make a last second.
Adrian says he's definitely going to UT. I wouldn't mind that.
I don't think anyone would.
And Jonathan says no, Texas A&M. So I think it's one of those two schools personally. So and then we got a timeout on the field by South Oak Cliff. So maybe you think that might be one of those let's get you some water timeouts?
I think so. I mean, this has been the fastest game we've had all week by far. I mean, we're not even 45 minutes into this game, and there's only 4 minutes left to go in the half.
Oh, look at that man's mustache.
So this is one of the first games that we've seen where neither team has like a bleach blonde.
Oh yeah.
Thing going on, especially.
So yeah, I don't know if you've
especially
noticed
in the first couple games.
through these state games, the bleach blonde hair has been the way to go so far.
Neither quarterback with bleach blonde hair either. I asked CJ if he was going to go for the bleach blonde. He said, "Yeah, I don't
think so. Yeah,
I don't think any team's past this point now.
yeah.
Oh, if South Lake, because that's like their thing,
right?
Which is no, thank you. I mean, Quinn Ewers is still kind of rocking the bleach blonde.
I'm not exactly sure what he's rocking right now. He's maybe the best talent in all of football right now, but
his hair choices,
his fashion sense is something else. He dresses older than he is for sure. Oh! He found a gap, and he's going to go all the way. Wow, he just barreled through
touchdown
2 or 3 different sock defenders.
And I accidentally hit a wrong button here, so it's not 16-6. Sorry, it is 14-6. Let me make that change right there.
Great job by the guard there, opening up a gap.
And that is number 10 with the touchdown for Liberty Hill. That is Andon Thomas. Oh, here we go. Jimbo Fisher is supposedly going to be at this North Shore game.
Come on, just be done. They keep saying we ain't done yet. Just be done.
I was like, well, how many scholarship spots do you have left?
Right.
14-7.
The funny thing is that Texas actually has more commits. A&M is just very top heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, their whole class is top, but they've gotten all the 4 stars, all the 5 stars. Where Texas has really focused in on those guys they recruited from the start.
Well, here you go. 14-7 now is your score. If you're South Oak Cliff, you kind of want to score a touchdown if you can before half because Liberty Hill will get the ball to start the third quarter. So definitely a big drive coming for South Oak Cliff.
This is going to be interesting because I feel like if South Oak Cliff needs to score, they're going to score fast enough. It's probably going to be a big play, so if Liberty Hill gets that ball back, I wonder what they're going to do.
And this is something, obviously, I don't watch a lot of the teams with the slot T here, so it's hard to know, like, what is a good amount of time left for Liberty Hill if you want to try and score quickly, Do you need more than 2 minutes left? Can you score with under 2 minutes remaining? It definitely helps that, they, like college, you get that kind of 10-second or so timeout when you get the first down. So, that definitely helps. But, man, Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see. We didn't really get to see that with Franklin because Franklin was kind of running all over when they won their state championship the other day. So, a key 4.5 minutes here left in this first half. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the chat. Is it going to be a tie ball game heading into halftime, or will South Oak Cliff extend their lead?
Man, someone did a comparison of last year's Crosby Alito game, which was at the same level, 5A D2. So look at this picture, and we know there were COVID protocols, so not very many people allowed. And then we've got a video of this game.
That's amazing.
Wow. And you'll see the other side. I mean, they've filled this place.
And you can only imagine how loud it is. I mean, I remember being at the Longview Westbrook game, and man, that game was deafening. Very, very loud. And then you talk about the Duncanville North Shore game in 2018 as well. I mean, and heck, these crowds might rival. Like I said, I'm excited to see what the attendance numbers with this one will end up being.
Well past 40, right?
You would think so, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great shot right there. They may have to open up that top level by the end of this game. It's a hot ticket, and for $20, you get a ticket to all 3 games today, I think.
Yes.
So how do they do attendance numbers when you're not counting on tickets for each individual game?
I am not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little pooch kick, and there's going to be a fair catch, and it is caught.
They'll get it at the 31, 32. Yeah, so South Oak Cliff going to try to go up by 2 scores again. This is probably their last drive of the half. Don't we asked AJ this a couple days ago. Who's the best quarterback that you've ever played against?
Quarterback I've ever played against? This is going to catch a lot of people out surprised, but Miles Kitten from Dawson, like 3 years ago, he was fast, like all natural. Honestly, he's somebody I would never be able to catch. He would run. He was outrunning our angles. Like he was natural. He wasn't as good in the passing game, but he was just a game changer. He was electrifying. Kyron was very good too.
Yeah,
Kyron was good.
I'm trying to think of some out of district games that you played the last couple of years.
See, I would have played Mayberry from the Woodlands, but he wasn't quite. He wasn't. It was.
He was a freshman.
He was a freshman then, so it wasn't quite there yet. And really, I've seen average QBs, but I haven't really.
Yeah,
seen
for the most part,
best.
you guys played run teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Adrian, it'll be 6A D1 is after this game. It'll be Duncanville North Shore at 3:00, give or take when this one ends.
Yeah, I think we'll have a 3:00 start. They might even have a little bit of time to warm up, some extra time.
Ooh, just
that one was coming
not
in
on
too high.
yeah, well, and not on target too. It was behind him a little bit, so. But that play, you said it. That play, Liberty Hill has to do something about that. That throw's really been there all game for South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, Jenks, he's got a really strong arm.
Here you go. Question for you: how do you think Pearland will be next year?
I feel like Pearland, they'll be good. I feel like it's going to take the quarterback play with Pep Hamilton's son Jackson. I feel like he's going to have to step up as a leader. Sorry
to interrupt there, NP Sports Network. Liberty Hill dropped a sure interception there. That was number 8 for Liberty Hill. That was Colin Brandt. But go ahead and continue.
Offense, I feel like they're going to be firing on all cylinders. We'll have a returning running back in Kennedy Lewis. Most of the line staying. We lost a few receivers. We lost a big-time receiver as an Izil. But besides that, the defense is what we need to worry about because it's an all-new defense. But I feel like Coach Davis and Coach Tullis over there, they'll handle it, and I feel like they'll do a good job of getting everything under control.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Oh, that was oh wow.
Oh, that's an interception.
Is it? Let's see. I think it says incomplete.
Yeah, they're saying incomplete, but man, that one's worth another look.
That's dangerous, though. I
That
mean,
was close.
See, and
no.
what did we see?
Oh,
Yeah, that one hits
okay.
the ground, but
Okay.
what a great effort. At the beginning of that play, I think you were about to point it out, he holds that
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
So we saw 4 fumbles from LBJ, and a lot of them were because of that, where the quarterback pulls the ball back too hard or maybe changes the play. That was a design pass, though. I don't think that was an RPO. Yeah, Jake Sock not going to be on the team anymore, but wow, what as someone who saw him for more than a couple times, what a great player.
And a nice punt by South Oak Cliff there. Well, here we go. We talked about it. I mean, how much time does Liberty Hill need if you're probably not going to end up passing the ball? We'll find out. 3:04 to go before halftime. Here you go. How do you? Well, I'll turn this one over to you. We got a question from Jonathan. How do you think Bridgeland's going to be next year without Wakeman?
Man, I hate to be down on it, and I'm going to get some hate from a couple friends, Ashton Lux being one of them. But when you see Bridgeland without Connor Wigman this year, losing some games that they had no business losing, I think it's going to be tough. And to be honest, we saw their collapse, other than the Cedar Hill game. Because in the Cedar Hill game, Wigman got hurt early, after the first quarter, and they ran away with that game. So maybe this offense without Wigman just needs to develop, but it's going to be hard. That district is wide open once again.
Well, Liberty Hill is moving the ball early. They started around their 15, and I think they're ready about to their 30 with 2.5 to play. Again, kind of tells you how quickly they move. Liberty Hill doing a good job trying to score before halftime, and again, they get the ball to start the second half. So Liberty Hill trying to tie this thing up.
And I think we'll talk about it in a minute after this play.
No, along with the ball, he's going to get about a yard. Go ahead and talk about it, Will.
Yeah, we're going to understate how crazy it is that Connor Wigman and Harold Perkins were in the same district for all those years. I mean, those are two of the best players to come out of the Houston area in years. They might be playing together. Man, I hope they don't, because I saw them on 7-on-7 when they had Perkins in at wide receiver, and that's a dangerous combination. But, wow, I mean, those are guys that we'll probably see on Sunday at some point. Yeah, so it seems like every other drive, the South Oak Cliff has it figured out on defense. I mean, like you were saying, you have to practice for the same 4 or 5 plays. They've done that really well. Sometimes I think they just get a little tired out there.
Here you go. 3rd and 8 for Liberty Hill, about 1:14 remaining. And they're probably letting this one run as low as they can, so in case they don't get a first down, leaving South Oak Cliff with a little time left. But here we go. It's going to be a handoff to number 6. Yeah.
Good play call.
There's their and boy. This could be a touchdown. This might be a
Go all
touchdown.
the
He's
way.
gone. This is. Oh wait, no, he is going to be caught. What an effort by South Oak
Timeout.
Cliff. What effort by South Oak Cliff there. That was a touchdown for sure.
They've got a sky cam. I hope we can see him. Yeah, let's see this, because, I mean, there was no one near him for a minute there.
That was a good lead blocking by number 10.
And that was
Wow.
actually, he was actually the one that got blocked. That was number 0 for South Oak Cliff. He gets blocked, but fights off. Javon Thomas fights off the block, is able to rush downfield.
And he's actually good at fighting off blocks. You seen him fight off that cut block earlier in the game to make that tackle.
Let's see if it matters here. Gonna get
Time
stopped.
to time.
Let's see if they call a timeout or they try to maybe run the clock down.
No timeout yet. I think they're going to stop it with about 10 seconds here. Because
15 looks like, yeah.
15. So you can run one more play. If that one doesn't,
Then you have a
go for touchdown,
timeout,
You got
yeah.
another one. Then I think maybe they're thinking about passing it.
No, they
But-
put it at 20. They put it at 20.
Because you want to stop.
This is interesting.
You know, you need to get points here. You would hate to go all the way down the field, and maybe go for it on 4th down. I don't think they'll have the time for that anymore. But this is not a team that goes out there and kicks a lot of field goals.
Yeah, judging by the first field goal, I wouldn't put him out there again.
Here we go. They're showing the Liberty Hill 2-point conversion that failed.
That was last year. Liberty Hill goes down, and the game was not quite as exciting, and we've got some clips right there. I don't think he got. Yeah, I think he's going to be just short. They took another timeout, so it's going to be stopped at 15 now for the 3rd and goal.
I feel like in the huddle right now, coach has to set up for 2 plays. If this one doesn't work, I feel like they have to get to the line fast.
That'd be tough to get 2 plays off in 15 seconds, but yeah, they're going to do anything. We don't see a lot of QB sneaks from Liberty Hill, even at the goal line, but you think this may be the time that they would do that?
I feel like right here, I think they're going to go outside, I feel like Week is Week is on the edge for South Oak. So I would run like that pitch that they've been running. I mean, it's been working, so why not?
Yeah, Keandre Hollywood, who got that first touchdown, he's committed to Pitt State. And Liberty Hill gets the ball to start.
They do.
The second half.
So 3rd and goal. They have to score here. I mean, if you don't score, you're not.
And they got it.
And they got it.
got
You know.
Okay.
Let's say if you don't score here, you're not going to have enough time to run another play. So touchdown, Liberty Hill. I mean, we said how much time do you need? So I guess 3 minutes and 4 seconds was the answer. So there we go. It is extra point away from being tied up in this one.
And I would expect South Oak Cliff maybe to go for 1 deep pass and then kneel it if that doesn't work out. But before that, I mean, Liberty Hill's had some troubles on special teams today, so they got to make sure they hit this PAT.
Yeah. We got a couple of questions in the chat we'll talk about here after this PAT. And the kick is up and good. So 14 all with about 11 seconds left to go in the half. MP Sports Network, what did y'all think about Travis Hunter making the flip?
Dylan, I'm going to let you...
I mean, I feel like it's legendary. I feel like he's going to be remembered forever for doing that. Just number 1 recruit, especially being African American, to go to HBCU.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to, legendary, which, I mean... I can understand someone being upset, but why wouldn't you want to go to this Power 5 school and become a contender for a national championship? But sometimes you got to think about the bigger picture, and I feel like the decision he made was a very good one.
Yeah, and you have a lot of people saying, "Oh,
he's never going to play on TV."
The HBCU, they don't have as good of a this or that, whatever. Sometimes it's about taking that risk, though. You can't get to that point without taking the risk, and I think it was great. And Travis Hunter took that risk, and sometimes you need that one to be the first one to make it to kind of have that kind of snowball effect. So I loved it. Glad to see him go, and I'm excited to see what he does there. Next question from John: what do you think about Peyto's big 4th down risk yesterday in overtime?
I thought it was a bad move. I'll tell you that. I thought they were losing a state championship right there, but We can't play couch coach all the time.
I think chances make champions. So I mean, and they end up being a champion. So
yeah, and I really hate to say this too, but that guy that went off sides on the field goal attempt, he's never gonna live that over. And I it sucks because what a great game. Someone was gonna let up at some point. It's not like he ruined that game for them, but. Yeah, what a way to go out,
DeWaitster says, "Well, what do you think Denver Harris will commit?" I think he's down to Texas A&M and Alabama.
I think he might have said LSU on.
Okay, so maybe
Josh
LSU.
Cook was there.
Yeah, so we'll see. I hope Texas. That'd be nice.
Oh
yeah, and they'll just go to halftime now.
Yeah, so
I don't know what that play call was with 11 seconds left to go. That one wasn't going to break big, and that'll be halftime.
Quarterback got up limping right there too.
Hopefully nothing serious.
Seemed like he landed a little weird.
Definitely landed a little weird right there.
Right
you see
there.
it, yeah.
Ooh.
Kind of catches his leg straight right there.
Knees buckled, it looked like.
Yeah. So 14-all is your score at halftime. Liberty Hill will get the ball to start the second half, and South Oak Cliff is finding out about that slot T and how hard it is to stop. So gonna have to make some adjustments at halftime. But I think this could be another overtime game potentially. We'll see what happens. South Oak Cliff getting some words of encouragement from their coach right now. And any last words before we take a little halftime break? Anyone? What do you think about the first half, Will?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're set up for two games back to back, being the best of the week so far. I really don't know who's going to win this one. It seems like South Oak Cliff has been in control the whole time, but at the same time, it's 14-14, and they haven't shown much since the first quarter, or early in the second at least. What do you think, Dylan?
I feel like seeing a what's your name come back, they did good. So seeing Liberty Hill come back, I feel like they play real well from behind. So if they play well from behind, there's no stopping them. Imagine what they do ahead, and you could kind of tell South Oak Cliff is starting to get a little fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
That they can't keep up with that defense, and you can see it big at the nose spot because it seems like the guards and centers are doing their thing because it's 2 touchdowns right there through the A gap. I mean, what else? I mean, they're gonna run the ball, so
yeah.
I feel like that should be the most defended spot, and that's where the 2 touchdowns have came up at.
Well, we won't go anywhere. We'll put on some music, so you're not just kind of staring at us in silence. We'll take a little break here at halftime, and we will be back. I think there's around 30 minutes for this halftime here, so we'll be back at with some commentary at the start of the third quarter. Thanks for joining in, and this has been our VYPE Watch Along, and we'll see you at the start of the third quarter. What's going on, everyone? Third quarter about to be underway. But a few minutes away from the second half kickoff. Of course, Liberty Hill gets the ball to start the third quarter, and if you're South Oak Cliff, you haven't been able to stop them on the last two drives, and so hopefully that kind of break at halftime helped to kind of get their breath, because Liberty Hill definitely had things going, didn't they?
Yes, sir. I think the break will be big time. As you've seen, first drive, South Oak Cliff just shut down Liberty Hill 3 and out. So you'd like to see that probably the first two drives again this half. Then things might change towards the end of the game, which really matters. But as long as Liberty Hill stops South Oak Cliff's offense, I mean, it should be a good game. So
well, South Oak Cliff, I mean, kind of had shot themselves in the foot a little. A couple of bad throws here and there is kind of the difference in their drives. Both teams are kind of moving it very well for the most part. So should be an exciting second half. We had a really good game to end the day yesterday, and game one this morning has been just as good. So excited for the second half here. Kicking off here in a few minutes. Let us know in the chat who will be taking the state crown, do you think, in this one in 5A Division 2? We'll have Will back in a few minutes. Went to grab some lunch. I'm probably driving a little bit slower in this Houston rain today.
Yes, sir. I like what Liberty Hills does with their helmets with the little stickers.
Yeah.
Seems like a few players have ventured off.
Made their own little
designs. Their own things.
Oh, here we go. Looks like both teams are now ready. Got Liberty Hill receiving the ball, and South Oak Cliff going to be kicking the ball. Few questions in the comments at halftime that I see. Duncanville needs to break that hold to stop the run. If they stop the run, I think you mean South Oak Cliff here, Christopher. If they can stop the run, Liberty Hill doesn't have a chance. Yep. But one of the things that's it's easier said than done, right? This is what Liberty Hill is known for, and year after year they make it a deep run in the playoffs because it is so hard to stop that slot team. I mean, you got three different threats you can worry about at any given snap. You got both running backs and the quarterback, and they do such a good job. Where you mentioned it, they get to the ball and snap it in less than a second. And so if you're South Oak Cliff, you're really just playing almost some basic defense, just because you really can't have time to scheme and get set.
And I feel like the keys are easier to hide in the defense. I mean, the offense compact like this, and everyone's down, so I feel like it's harder to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. South Oak Cliff about to kick it away, and we are about to be underway. And here comes the kick, and it looks like Liberty Hill will get a chance to return this one from their 15. And a little hole for Noah Long. Noah Long is going to break some and get looks like to the midfield. So excellent starting field position.
That's big time for Liberty Hill.
Yes, big time. Yep. Let's see where the official out of bounds is. I think it's right at midfield. And it is the 47 of South Oak Cliff. So here we go. 1st and 10, and Noah Long gets a couple there. Second down and 7 for Liberty Hill, and here we go. That quick tempo. Looks like it's going to number 10 this time, and he's almost for the first down. 3rd and about 3. Here you go. I mean, yeah, you gave up a good, you gave up a big chunk of yardage on that kickoff, but if you can get them off the field here, although kind of no man's land, and they may end up going for it here. You think this is 4-down territory if you're Liberty Hill?
I feel like just depending on this play, the only way that I wouldn't go for it in Liberty Hill if I get stopped for negative yardage.
Well, they won't have to think about it because it looks like they got the first down. Yeah. They almost had him, but was able to get that kind of extra yard at the end there. And sometimes it's all about that mismatch, right? I mean, like you said, like we've said, a lot of teams see the kind of the slot T all year. That might have been a false start, and indeed it is. It's funny to think that when you get to the line and snap in less than a second, you can still get a false start on your offense. But here we go, going to move them back 5 and make it a 1st and 15.
They hit a big yard, big gainage right here.
Yep, number 6 just barely leaves there early. That number 6 is Joe Pitchford. Looks like he got about those 5 yards back. Here we go. 2nd down and 9 for Liberty Hill. About 9:40 left in this one. My clock's a little behind. I'll adjust it here in a second. And we got a 3rd down coming up. 3rd down long.
Something I'm starting to pick up on now.
What you got?
Every time number 6 is outside right there, it seems like the ball's going outside.
Interesting.
It seems like number 6 is their best blocker.
Here we go, 3rd and 9. You think a run, that's all they do. That might have been another offsides. And yeah, sure enough, it's going to be defensive offsides maybe. Noah Long gets to the outside. He may get the 1st down. We'll see what this penalty is, though I think they may say it's defensive offsides. Probably not an offsides because they would have stopped the play right away. So I don't think it's an offsides on the offense. Let's see here, though. Yep, defensive offsides. Let's see if they decline the penalty. So it looks like they were showing the 1st down because they're actually taking this penalty. So it will be 3rd down, and I think about probably about 3, I believe it is. 3rd and 4 officially. Hey. Will's back. He's back with the goods for him and Dylan. And Liberty Hill with the 3rd and 4. And gonna be stopped. 4th down and about 2 coming up for Liberty Hill.
I wish somebody wanted me as much as people want Chick-fil-A on Saturdays.
Because it's not open on Sundays.
It's not open on Sundays. It's a nice little crowd they've got over there. More people at the stadium or at Chick-fil-A today.
Thank you.
It's a big play right here.
4th down, and they'll get it. Ooh, what a run.
So is this the first set of downs for
Yes, it is. Yep.
Wow.
You know, I feel like seeing that, like the big plays, Liberty Hill is taking over on big plays. So I feel like that's something South of Click need to work on because those big plays are like game deciding plays right there. 4th down, you gotta get off the field. 3rd down, 2.
Here we go. Nice little stop for South Oak Cliff. Lost him 2 yards. Jonathan says, appreciate the interview that y'all did with Bobby Taylor the other day. Hey, we try to do what we can here with VYPE. So 7:35 remaining. Second down and 12. Chick-fil-A not a sponsor.
Not sponsored.
Number 6 put the ball, and once again, South Oak Cliff stuffs him. This has been a good 2 plays for the South Oak Cliff stopping the run. Maybe they're keying up on something finally, but now we got a big third down. Third down and probably 11 coming up with just about 7 minutes to go.
So this has been South Oak Cliff's kind of weakness all game. Just get Liberty Hill off the field. Don't let these drives go longer than they need to. It's happened a couple times.
Well, we know Liberty Hill will probably attempt a field goal, even though they missed that first one. So we'll see what happens. Big third down. Could we finally see the first pass of the game? Liberty Hill will pass it. They do. I mean, they did that last year against Crosby. Here we go. And it's going to be a run. Number 6 goes to the right. And not going to get it.
He'll get 1 yard.
That's one thing I think South Oak Cliff has on Liberty Hill is they are a faster team, for sure. So you know, you can get those edges, but South Oak Cliff can't close. I mean, we saw it on that long run. I mean, South Oak Cliff was able to stop him from getting that touchdown. Now they scored a couple plays later, but you know they do have that speed, and so that's one of the good things when you know they run to the outside. Where they've been killing them is when they run kind of up the middle or you know between the tackles. So here we go, 4th and 9, and let's see what Liberty Hill decides to do here.
I think they'll probably keep the offense out there. Yeah, it looks like it.
No, this is a field goal. They missed the first one, a pretty bad shank, and this one is shanked once again. This will be the last field goal attempt I feel like Liberty Hill will attempt for this game. It's 2 missed field goals for Liberty Hill with 5:55 remaining in this one. It is 14-all with South Oak Cliff. And I spelled South Oak Cliff wrong. I have to change that scoreboard. No one in the chat. Why didn't y'all tell me?
South Oak Cliff.
All right, let me fix that real quick. There we go. That looks better.
I saw a couple more pictures as I was gone of the size of the crowd right now. Someone had a picture from the press box, and wow, that was a nice angle. Scott and I were bashing on the Texans a couple days ago, and we'll just continue to do that. Looks like there's more people at this game than there are at some of the Texans games this year.
Well, South Oak Cliff did what they needed to do. Here we go. Get this dude eating the chicken sandwich off the screen. Nah, hey, sometimes with the watch along, you gotta eat. We're here from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. tonight, so gonna be that way. So there we go. South Oak Cliff gets nothing on first down.
So if they can just get those 3, 4, 5 yards every single time, it'll work out, and they'll have, you know, we saw them have longer drives in the first half. I don't know if they'll want that as much this half, but they're still in control. I mean, they made Liberty Hill go out there, kick a field goal, which was missed. So they're in the driver's seat here. They can kind of, set the tempo of this whole half.
And they're going deep there.
Oh!
I mean, how do you not call a pass interference if that's not a catch?
Yeah. I don't
That was almost the catch of the year, by the way, folks at home. I mean, you think, what was it, what team was that where he caught it off someone's helmet? It was crazy in college. I forget what team it is, but I mean, I just don't know how that's not defensive pass interference.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's all over him. And then at the end there, he wraps his arms around. So, I don't know.
Wow. Because they're looking at it so much, maybe are they saying this was a catch fumble?
I don't think so, because I think he
No,
kinda
3rd and
bobbled
11
it,
right there, yeah. But still, I just don't see how you don't call pass interference on that. I mean, definitely didn't play the ball at all. South Oak Cliff calls a timeout here. Maybe the coach getting on to him a little bit about the no call on the pass interference.
I feel like the quarterback could have done a little bit better job leading them on.
Definitely underthrown a little bit, but almost a great catch.
You have to wonder if some of these underthrows come from maybe playing indoors, not having to account for the weather. I don't know, because that's uncharacteristic of him. He's got a huge arm. He's usually pretty accurate. So
Yeah, and the coach definitely not happy. I mean, I think that was a pass interference. I mean, look, that's clearly pass interference, right? I mean, here we go, 3rd down and 11.
False start.
Let's see what they call here. Flag on the play. And yep, false start. So
that's a double negative.
That's a big.
Jonathan saying he did see earlier that Devin Harris had tweeted Gig'em.
I believe the director of recruiting or player operations or someone, Chris Gilbert from UT, said that he was feeling good this morning.
There you go.
So
Saw some Sark After Dark tweets.
I saw that.
Time left in the 3rd is 5:03, 5:04. I have 5:03 here, but so almost into the 3rd quarter. No, you're good, pro.
This quarter's actually going by pretty fast, too.
Mm-hmm. Although these refs are having a little bit of a hard time right now. Like I said, I think they missed that defensive pass interference, and now they're holding up the game. Don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it seems like the majority of the stoppages in this game have been
Refs.
from the refs. Yeah.
But it's interesting South Oak Cliff calling that timeout right now. Especially in a close game like this, state game. I feel like you would want to save those timeouts for the 4th quarter.
Yep.
We saw a game, I can't remember which game it was now. We've seen so many. But there was a game where a team used all their timeouts in the 3rd quarter. And it didn't end up mattering that much, but at the time it seemed like it was a close game. And they wouldn't have had any for what could have been a close 4th quarter.
3rd and 16 now for South Oak Cliff. And a drop back for a pass, and Liberty Hill definitely playing a little prevent there, but we got the pass and... Number 11 for South Oak Cliff cannot bring it down. I don't think he gets the 1st down, though, even if he catches it. But, Pro, to answer your question, can't watch the game. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about what's happening. We do that here and there. I would say this game, pretty evenly matched so far. I think, towards the end of the second quarter, Liberty Hill definitely got some of the momentum. So, Pro, if you do or don't know, I'm not sure. Liberty Hill runs a slot T offense. You might not see a pass from them all game. And so that kind of wears on a defense and definitely weared South Oak Cliff down a little bit. But they were able to kind of get out tied at halftime. And now came out first half of the drive. Liberty Hill drove it all the way down, but missed a field goal. And now, so South Oak Cliff is now at 4th and 16 from, I think they're around 15-yard line. So Liberty Hill about to get the ball back. I think Liberty Hill might have a little bit of momentum here. And another flag. This could be a delay of game.
Yeah.
And South Oak Cliff not having a good drive here.
If you see South Oak Cliff the running back, right? He only has on one glove, so maybe you think something interesting's coming.
Oh yeah.
Because he had on 2 gloves the whole game. He only has on one glove, and it is his right hand that's free.
There. Oh.
And we got the punt, and looks like it's going to pass midfield just barely. They'll get it at the Liberty Hill 49.
Yeah, just barely at the last second there. So.
All right, well, there you go. Proclaim play for the Liberty Hill squad that made it to state, where, if I'm not mistaken, came up just short. Y'all lost to, I believe, was it Lago Vista that y'all came up just short against Proclaim? If I'm not mistaken. Not Lago Vista, I'm sorry. Waco La Vega, if I believe, was the team y'all came up just short against. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Tia also a Liberty Hill alum, it looks like. And no problem. We know everyone. Not everyone has Valley Sports. We know it's only on a couple of networks, so want to keep y'all involved. So yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Liberty Hill came up just short against Waco La Vega in 18. So, and then as we know, a couple years later, moved on up to 5A.
5A,
and now here they are in the state championship once again.
And they're staying 5A D2, correct?
Yes, I believe so. Unless Pro, you might know the answer to that. I believe they're going to be 5A D2 once again. This will be a big drive for the South Oak Cliff defense. I mean, saw the offense kind of sputter a little bit there, and get kind of a little frustrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they definitely look frustrated. I mean, I said that South Oak Cliff was in the driver's seat after that Liberty Hill drive, but it really seems like we're back even and maybe over. Maybe Liberty Hill has it just a little bit, but I mean, this game is as even as we've seen any. You know, maybe the Pato game last night through this point, there's not been a team that's looked fully in control the entire time.
Man, I feel like if Liberty Hill had their kicking situation under control, there could be a few extra points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's 6 points.
That's big.
They give up right there. And no telling what South Oak Cliff does do or doesn't do once they have to return a kick instead of just getting the ball right where the field goal was taken.
Think about it like this: Liberty Hill. I mean, a few seconds left in the game. They're on like the 20 or something. What they gonna do because they don't throw the ball?
Right.
The kicker isn't very good, so
yeah, their timeout management is gonna have to be.
Wow, look at this. I knew Noah Long was a sophomore. Did not know Joe Pitchford was a sophomore. So Liberty Hill has got some good backs for a couple of years. And on first down, I'm going to get about, let's call it 5, maybe 6. Oh, wow. Proclaim, currently abroad in Europe, of the Liberty Hill who's on the 2018 squad. Well, thanks for tuning in from Europe, man.
Oh.
Second down and 10 for Liberty Hill, and they will pick up the first down now at the South Oak Cliff 40-yard line.
VYPE Worldwide.
VYPE Worldwide, that's right. We bring that Texas high school sports coverage wherever you are. And hey, that's why we did this. We knew there were people outside of Texas and we're going to have Valley Sports, and we want to make sure you know what's going on with your team. I mean, biggest game of the year for all these squads. So Liberty Hill moving it once again. I mean, they have punted, right? Yeah, they punted. And I was going to say they have punted once today, I believe. So.
Oh, and they're gonna
big tackle, good
big tackle right there. Yep, nice stop by South Oak Cliff. But now if you're South Oak Cliff, you have to know. Hey, this is probably 4-down territory for Liberty Hill. Because after all those missed field goals, I don't think they'll keep the field goal.
Yeah, I think anything past a 50 is probably it's probably fourth down territory.
Here we go, 2nd down and 10. About 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. First pass of the game and incomplete. Wow, there it is. You were wondering if we were going to see it, and it finally came. And South Oak Cliff was almost, I would say almost. Looked like the wide receiver did have a step on the defensive back there. Let's see here. Yeah, so he had a step on him. The throw was just underthrown. There was some pressure. Let's see, who's that? Number 99 is that for South Oak Cliff?
Yeah.
Number 99 for South Oak Cliff.
He was definitely the DB was definitely beat.
Yep. Looks like Corlent Kidd with the pressure there. So here we go with a run by Pitchford. Nice blocking there, but once again that South Oak Cliff speed is able to catch up and get only a gain of 3 for Liberty Hill. We got another 4th down, and I think, like I said, this one's a fourth down territory right here. We're going to see Liberty Hill go for this one.
Yeah, they've done well on 4th down. So
yeah,
that's what makes the second field goal attempt even more surprising is how well they've done on 4th down. I don't think they've had a turnover on downs.
No, I think they have maybe. I think it wasn't on the first drive. I thought it was a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the first one.
They play so quick, you kind of forget.
Right. The first drive, they kind of mixes in.
First drive.
Well, here we go, 4th and 7, and it might be a timeout or a delay game. Let's see what we get here. We are getting a timeout. So, 2:56 left in this one. Liberty Hill with a 4th and 7 choice ahead of you here.
Yeah, I think they've got to go for it. Although, if you trust your punter enough, send him out there, pin him back. But we haven't seen anything that shows that their kicking or punting unit has all that.
Yeah.
But we've seen it already. We saw it a couple days ago, how a good punt really changed a game. Well,
here you go. I don't know if this is some gamesmanship, but just on this TV, the long snapper getting some snaps in practice. Ooh. I don't know if that's some gamesmanship there. Maybe to try and get South Oak Cliff thinking, but we'll see. Jonathan, will we be interviewing Denver Harris after his announcement? I mean, maybe not tonight. We do have some people on location, but you know how it can be at state. It's hard to really kind of maybe get an interview. And I know, especially with the state semis, North Shore was very quick to get their players off the field. So, I mean, if we do an interview, it might not be until maybe a few days later. So, I think that would be the goal, though, is to at some point get him interviewed for sure, though.
I think his goal is to be the most impactful player in this game, win player of the game, and announce it on TV. I think that's what the thinking is. I'm not quite sure it'll happen, but
here we go. Liberty Hill lines up to go for it, and that's
gonna be a delay game. I mean,
or another timeout.
Ooh,
no, they took the delay game. So looks like they were trying to draw them off sides there. They went for a little quick count there, but South Oak Cliff wasn't buying it. So looks like a punt is going to be oncoming now at 4th and 12.
Yeah, this game's kind of stalled a little bit in the last few minutes. We saw it very high paced, and now these teams realizing, hey, we've got to change it up just a little bit. And obviously, we saw it there. Liberty Hill going for a pass.
Yeah.
So we may have a feeling out period, and you usually don't see that late in the 3rd quarter.
This is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, there's that Aussie punt that we saw earlier.
It's a good punt.
We go Peter, you can tell. And takes a Liberty Hill bounce to the...
It's going to be this 8?
Call it 8.5, yeah. So 1st and 10 coming up for South Oak Cliff. And once again, starting deep in their own territory.
I feel like Liberty Hill has done a pretty good job besides the first job of starting them back deep.
Mm-hmm.
South Oak Cliff back out there.
Oh wow, nice little hole. That's maybe the biggest hole I've seen for South Oak Cliff there on offense so far. Their offense, I feel like their running game hasn't really been kind of as efficient as their passing game so far. But good, yeah, like you said, good first run for this one.
As a coach, do you let your players wear any color they want, like the blue gloves, or you want them matching?
I don't know. I think if I was a coach, you want to give your kids a little flair, right? I mean, sometimes you feel like, hold on real quick, second down and 3, and number 4 for South Oak Cliff will get the first down up to the 30-yard line. I think you got to give them a little flair, right? Gives them that kind of, sometimes that give them feeling a little more confident, right?
Yeah.
You kind of, not saying you put them in a suit, but if you put them all in the same kind of outfit, maybe they kind of feel a little congested, if you will.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the blue, I can understand if you wear like yellow or gold match with the number.
Yeah.
But blue is just like all over.
Well, our first down and 10, he's going to be met in the backfield. So maybe we're going to say take off those blue gloves. Now, the question would be, and Will, maybe you can look this up, number 4 for South Oak Cliff, is he committed to maybe a team with some blue, and so maybe he's kind of repping the team he's committed to.
I can find that out in just a second.
17 right there for Liberty Hill has been making a few plays in the run game today.
He really has. He's been in the backfield quite a bit, yeah.
Anthony Walker, maybe?
For Liberty Hill?
Liberty Hill.
I'll look that up. He is, Lloyd Johnson.
Lloyd Johnson.
Yeah. Here we go. About 1 minute coming up in the third quarter. Second down and 12. And we got ourselves another handoff. Number 12 has got some space. First down and more. This is where the speed comes into play for South Oak Cliff.
Just seeing how South Oak Cliff took that edge, you could tell the speed was unmatched.
And it looks like one of the Brooks, one of the Brooks brothers that had the A&M gloves, Will, committed to A&M.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, just saw Jonathan. He's been kind of our A&M correspondent, if you will, letting us know. So there you go.
Yeah, so that's funny. That's Dalton Brooks, right?
I believe so, yeah.
He actually quote tweeted something a couple days ago and said, it's just gloves.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, South Oak Cliff running game has come alive here on this drive, and once again gets about 6 yards on the first down run. And let's see if they try to run another play before the end of the quarter.
So we asked about Quaylen Farrar,
Yeah.
if he was committed anywhere. He did sign on Wednesday. He had offers from Houston. I'm just naming the big ones. Houston, Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Utah State. He signed in North Texas on
North
Wednesday.
Texas, there you go. So
turning
not
down
a
SEC
not
Power 5 offers
not a
for
blue
North Texas.
not a blue school, not a blue school.
Mean green.
So last play of the third quarter, and quarterback drops back the pass and just throws it out of bounds. No room to run there.
It's an interesting decision.
Yeah.
I think he's like for Shiner. He was like probably a wide receiver running back combo there, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his brother were both just running. They each had, I don't know how many rushing yards. So end of the third quarter, no score in this one in the third period anyway. So 14-14, South Oak Cliff will have a third and about 4 to start the fourth quarter here. And kind of a big driving for South Oak Cliff. I mean, you're going to be tired heading into that fourth quarter as South Oak Cliff defense just because of how all the running Liberty Hill does. So trying to need to put some points on the board in this drive. Fourth deck at AT&T Stadium is now open.
My goodness. Well, they're waiting for the floodgates to open up even more for the Duncanville North Shore crowd. That's crazy.
Don't know, Jonathan. I mean, I think he still has 1 year of eligibility.
Who's that?
Dalton Brooks or
Dalton Brooks. I'm not saying that he made that official anywhere.
you can check his Twitter or something.
I just checked his Twitter. Didn't see anything about an A&M commitment. It's not listed anywhere, and he's got a nice list of offers, but as I've seen, yeah, he's gonna wait a little bit. He's got everywhere. He's got Alabama, he's got Texas, he's got A&M, Georgia, LSU, Miami, Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Penn State, USC. So everyone wants Dalton Brooks, and they're going to be wanting him a little bit more after that game on Wednesday. This is a top 50 player in the country.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Quaylen Farrar, love to hear from South Oak Cliff what drives someone to choose North Texas.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's staying at home, right? I mean,
Right.
it's in the DFW area, so maybe that's kind of what played into it. Some kids don't want to go far from home. Some guys like him, you don't want to get to that colder weather in Colorado. So
Yeah, the staying at home factor, that might be it. Could be beneficial for him and his family.
So big third down coming up. They got some stats on the screen, and South Oak Cliff only 1 for 6 on third down. So huge third down coming up here.
Yeah, Liberty Hill 4 for 9 on third downs, but
Who did Shiner play on Wednesday? It was Holly. Is who they played, Jonathan, and they won that one. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Will.
I lost my train of thought.
You were saying something about third down.
Yeah, so Liberty Hill is 4 for 9 on
yeah.
third down, but their fourth down conversions are a whole lot better.
Yes.
So if they, that graphic would be
Hold
even
on.
crazier.
No, I thought we had a new quarterback in the backfield, but nope. It was just the.
That's Farrar next
yeah.
to.
So here we go, third down and 3 for South Oak Cliff. And we're going to get a handoff up the middle and Met in the backfield.
Lost it 2.
Yeah, now big time decision coming up. Liberty Hill can get you on the run, so do you try and pin them deep or do you gamble for it here? We saw that gambling paid off for Pato yesterday. Let's see what South Oak Cliff does here. South Oak Cliff also gambled earlier in this game when they scored their first touchdown on a fourth down play, so... 4th down and 5, and it looks like they are going for it. Dropping back to pass. Nothing there. Lose the defender and finds the guy wide open. Man, just what a great play. I mean, he had nothing, and then he just stays, keeps his eyes downfield, avoids the pressure Henry Jennings does. I mean, he should have been sacked here, but he just loses the defender. Nice little juke, and finds his guy. What a way to keep this drive alive for South Oak Cliff.
Great job by the running back staying open, keeping the quarterback aware that he's there.
Mm-hmm. We got a handoff on first down. He's going to get some room on the right side. Going to get the first down and more. Going to get down to about the 12-yard line. What a run. I mean, you talk about Liberty Hill and their run game, but South Oak Cliff, they also have a run game, and they have the speed. Like I said, I think South Oak Cliff is a faster team, and they're showing it here.
Yeah, the offensive line has really stepped it up on this drive. We saw him kind of struggle. There was a lot more pressures on Jennings. Not that he's passed it all that much in this drive, but still, they've given Farrar some gaps, to say the least.
Yeah, first down and 10 now from the 12, and they're going to hand it right back off. Going to go right back to that right. Oh,
he got tripped up.
Yeah,
That's a touchdown.
That
right
might
there.
be a touchdown. That might be a touchdown-saving tackle. We're watching it on DirecTV. You can also watch it on Xfinity. Those are really the only 2 channels, and maybe Dish, I think, that might have Valley Sports. But, man, yeah, I think he scores a touchdown there if he doesn't trip him up. That's number 10 that tripped him up for Liberty Hill.
Long?
That is Andon Thomas for Liberty Hill. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Keandre Hollywood, 66 yards on this drive.
Oh, once again, South Oak Cliff going to be bit by a flag there.
If South Oak Cliff loses this game, I feel like it's going to be due to those things like the penalties.
Those small things, yep.
The penalty on 4th down, no, was it 3rd down? It was
Yep.
3rd down penalty. This penalty now, field position's big in this situation. I feel like those things can't happen at this time. Especially in a game as big as this
Yeah,
one.
especially on this one, you got to shore up those penalties. Those little mistakes go a long way. No, unfortunately, we can't show the game. So we would show the game if we could, but we're trying to do the next best thing. Copyright rules and all. So here we go. 2nd down and 12. A little, I guess you can call that a pass. One of those kind of little handoff passes, if you will. And we're going to get a couple of yards out of it. So 3rd down and 10.
It's a good job by the Liberty Hill defense.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think if you have the kicker here, you definitely kick the field goal if you don't get this 3rd down conversion. You're inside the 15-yard line. Get the points while you can. But we'll see what happens. I think they went for it, on that 4th and 8 on their first drive in this kind of similar field position. So
Yeah, I mean, now that you know the Liberty Hill's not going to be kicking a field goal, you have to realize that on their next drive, it's touchdown or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think South Oak Cliff will. I think this is touchdown only game now.
It's going to be a pass. He got nothing. He's going to work his way to the left. Fires to the end zone.
Oh, that
and
seemed
no
like early
flag.
contact.
Wow. Yeah, there seemed to be more. This is not the first time we've seen some early contact, and that has not been called.
What do you think about that as a defensive back?
I like the refs call. I feel like in a game this big, you can't let big penalties like that affect.
That's
the
actually
game.
a pretty good call there.
Yeah,
Looking out in second, that's good.
I feel like
that's a good no call.
Yeah, I feel like with penalties like that, you're allowing the penalty to
overshadow
affect the game at that point. I feel like you should just let the kids play. Now, if it's just straight up obvious outrage, you can't do nothing. Like you gotta call it.
Mm-hmm.
But the little things, I feel like you should let that slide.
So field goal attempt coming for South Oak Cliff. A hold down good, and it looks like the kick is good. So there we go. Field goal good in this one. South Oak Cliff gets the lead with 8:25 officially left in this one. And the difference in this game so far is the field goal kickers.
Yeah,
that's really the difference here.
I mean, like we even said it before. So if Liberty Hill can make those 2 field goals, let's disregard what South Oak Cliff does on any of the preceding drives. But the game is 20-17 right now. On the other hand, it's those 2 field goals didn't go down. Liberty Hill's down 3 instead of being up 3. That's a 6-point spread.
You see, you never realize why you practice special teams that much until you get in a moment like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that it really matters. It's a big thing. Points. You should be the goal of winning is to score more points than the other team, and if they had those field goals, I mean, they'd be winning right now.
It's 20-17. Yeah. So big drive coming up for Liberty Hill. We know they're going to take some time off the clock, and we'll see what they can do with it.
Did we already talk about Jonathan's comment about Chris Marshall?
No, go for it.
Yeah, so he said, I can't believe that Chris Marshall is going to play basketball and football for Texas A&M next year. I think the main part of that story, and Dylan, I'll kind of get your take on this, is he didn't play football until his junior year. So did you play any other sports in high school?
Oh, yeah, I played baseball. I quit going to my junior year.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine playing at a level that high where schools want you for 2 different sports and the pressure on that?
I mean, I can imagine it, but I don't know if it's necessarily smart. But for him, in his case, I would say
no,
football is where his bread is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, just a big miscue right here on this kickoff for Liberty Hill. South Oak Cliff kicked it off. Noah Long looked like he was going to catch it to return, and his teammate runs right into him and knocks him down. Actually, it was Noah Long that knocked down number 24 and caused him to fall down. As we know, in high school, you touch the ground, you're down, no getting back up. So Liberty Hill starting at their own 10-yard line on this one.
But personally, he's an incredible athlete, so
yeah.
I think with the right coaching and management, he should be able to do it.
And before we can even blink, Liberty Hill has ran a play gains about 3 yards on that one.
I wonder for coaches, how does it work with their play call? I mean, do they just call whatever no matter what the defense is lined up in? Because I know some offensive coordinators, they try to take personnel and see what the defense is getting you and play call for that, but it seems like here they're just ready to go.
Here we go, 2nd down and 6. A pitch to Noah Long, and he's got some room, but he's going to be just short. 3rd down and 1 coming up. I mean, as a defense, here you go. If you can get this, if you can get this stop here on 3rd down, and you may be able to kind of close out this game. What do you do as a defense? Are you telling your guys, hey, let's do this? What are you saying in this short huddle that you're gonna have?
Personally, I feel like it's just on the defense and their mindset. I feel like there's nothing they can do right now but just go make the play. They know what's coming.
Well, here we go. It was coming right up the middle and 1st down by Pitchford. So this clock will continue to move. The chains will continue to move, and we got ourselves some ball game here, folks.
This is going to go down to the wire, I think. I don't know if we're set for another overtime game.
Hey, because of the miss, I would have said it could be overtime, but after those missed field goals, I mean, you got to think Liberty Hill is going for it all here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a stretch right here, but I would put my money on it that if Liberty Hill scores this drive, they're gonna win the game.
There you go. You heard it here first. Number 10 with the ball. He's gonna get about 2 or 3 hard yards there. I mean, and he'll have to come out. His helmet comes off, so he's gonna have to exit the field for one play.
I think they're going to try to go quick, but in a perfect world, they're taking about 4 minutes off the clock here. I mean, really what they'd like to do is take control of the game once they get past midfield and really play the clock. Will they be able to do that? I don't think so.
Second inning incoming. And only a short game, so third and about, I'm going to say 6 here. So another huge third down. Of course, we know the Liberty Hill's only thrown it one time today for an incomplete pass. And, don't leave your bread and butter here.
Yeah, Jonathan, it is crazy. When Mike Elko leaves to go to Coach Duke, nobody from Texas A&M decommitted. Nobody flipped. So I think a main part of that is that we're just 3 or 4 days away from early signing day once that happens. And it's being reported that Jimbo was kind of the mastermind behind everything, and he wanted to take it as the head coach. But yeah, we've seen even when Tony Elliott and Brent Venables leaving.
We got third down, and we get
Timeout.
A timeout. Yep, looks like almost a delay game there. And I think Liberty Hill calls a timeout. Yep, sure enough. So Liberty Hill down there, a final timeout. 5:37 left to go in this one with a huge third down, and I believe it was 6 coming up.
Mm-hmm. That's going to hurt them big time. I mean, they don't throw the ball, so they can't really get out of bounds like that unless they take over the edge.
Although we do know that they can get down there in about 3 minutes, so as they did in the first half, to close it out. So I don't think time is too much of a factor at this point for Liberty Hill, and we'll see what happens here. I think there is still enough time for them to punt the ball away if they need to.
So Dylan, as someone that's not graduating until next semester, what's the appeal of the early signing day to you?
I feel like early signing day should honestly be taken away.
Okay, so that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I feel like it should be taken away in terms of not just for early signing, but it's the transfer portal. I feel like there's kids out here like in high school who deserve chances, like to play football. Like they love the game too, and I feel like transfer portal makes it hard because someone could get into it with a coach or just things don't work out, and it could take an opportunity away from another kid. So I feel like transfer portal really sucks, in my opinion.
Here we go. Scotty T. What's up, squad? What's up, man? Sorry you couldn't be here today. Or should I say you're sorry for not being here today? Just kidding, man.
And kind of a related question. I mean, you were covered by the major recruiting sites. You know, 3-star or 4-star in between, kind of right there. And we see a guy like Chase Sewell who doesn't really go to the showcases. He doesn't do all that stuff, and he's not the lead receiver his junior year. Do you think some of those recruiting sites, we know that college recruiters and coaches say that they don't look at that. Do you think they do sometimes, and that's why a guy like him maybe doesn't get the offers, and for sure?
See, when college sites say they don't look at, when colleges say they don't look at that, I totally throw that out the window. Because you have the kids same height, same weight, same stats match up. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna take the 4-star over the 3-star. So I feel like kids like Chase do get overlooked. Kids like Jake Starr from Pearland, like with no offers, no stars, they get overlooked because of that system. But I feel like it's just something that just is out there. I mean, kids also need to understand that they got to promote themselves better.
Yeah.
That there's no other way to get those stars or those big offers besides show yourself, show the skills you got. Just high school. Sometimes high school doesn't get like that. Football, people don't realize it, but football is getting, in terms of recruiting, it's getting like baseball and basketball. Mm-hmm. You got to go more. You got to venture outside of just your school and go do other things.
We saw 7-on-7 this year.
Go do other things, and so to get recruited.
Well, here we go. Big third down coming up. Kind of feel like you got to go somewhere between the tackles because it does feel like South Oak Cliff has the speed to catch you if you go outside. And they're going to go, we're going to go right between the tackles.
Nothing.
But South Oak Cliff was ready. Noah Long could not get anything. And now a huge 4th down coming up.
Ooh. You
have to punt it here, right?
Man, Liberty Hill only has one timeout, so, they have to trust in their defense.
And that looks like is that number 80 or 90? Can't see. Looks
like 80 there.
Let's see what we got here.
80.
Yeah, the number 80 for South Oak Cliff. That was Keith Smith with a big time stop. And almost 5 minutes remaining, and they are going to punt it here. So this could be it. Oh, wait. I'm doing a little adjustment here. No, this is going to be a punt, I feel like. Let's wait and see, though.
Oh,
bad snap, but...
He recovered.
Oh, they're looking to go for it. They are going to go for it. That's a hold.
Oh,
that is a hold. I saw the flag. That is a hold. That's got to be a flag, right?
Man, that's... And I do think the hold is the reason he got the first down, but... Whoa.
I'm not seeing a flag.
Yeah,
there it is. They're just not doing it right. There we go. Yeah, clearly saw the hold there. Yeah, and that's amazing that the Liberty Hill punter got away from that. That's number 10. That is one of their running backs, though. So, yeah, clearly a hold on that play.
Jonathan says that Jimbo is looking at South Oak Cliff right now. Well, yeah, Kendrick Hollywood is probably a guy that he would be looking at, and he's got some boys to look at in the next game.
Well, you had your chance there, but obviously the holding was a key here. I mean, here we're seeing the replay now, and just clearly a hold. I mean, look at that. He's pulling on the jersey. You're going to call that every time. 21 makes a tackle if there's no hold. So, great call by the officials. Gutsy call by Liberty Hill. Would have worked. It could have worked out, but at the end of the day, now you have to punt if you're Liberty Hill.
Yeah, the guy's bare shoulder was out. He held him so hard the shoulder plate went up.
Slot T offenses aren't known to get 4th and 16, so you got to punt it here.
And I think they're ready for the fake here. I don't think it's going to happen.
And they are going to go for it. Wow.
Oh.
And that is great. That is not a flag, Liberty Hill. No, he played the ball perfectly. Liberty Hill calling for the flag, but that was just excellent coverage by Liberty Hill.
Bonehead decision right there. Bonehead.
Yeah. When you don't pass it all day and you decide to go for a 25-yard pass or whatever that... I mean, that's... He goes from... I think he's going to throw this one from the 15... I mean, that's a 35-yard pass right there.
That's just great. That was number 6 for South Oak Cliff. That is. Let me get you a name, folks.
That was a lot closer than it should have been, though. That was...
Abdul Muhammad. I mean, just perfect coverage. Now, that might have been a little bit of a late hit on the quote-unquote cornerback, but I'm glad they didn't call it. That's just... I mean...
And I don't know why you do that right there, because all it does is give them the momentum in the red zone. Like, it's not smart at all.
Well, here we go, 1st down and 10. They're just going to hand it off, and it is going to be met for a no gain there. So one timeout left for Liberty Hill, and the clock is moving. So 4:32 now left in this one.
This game
and counting. Go ahead, Will.
Nowhere near from over, though. I mean, we're looking at a 6-point game. And it's a long field goal right now. I don't think they'd send him out there. But if they can stop within 2 minutes, all they're going to need is a touchdown on the other side. They weren't going to kick a field goal as it was.
No.
So all it is just the clock not being on their side at all.
Here we go, 2nd down, and they're going to pass it. He's got a guy. It's going to be 3rd down and short here. Well, the refs will blow the whistle down. Oh, wow, a little bit of a... Get a little chippy here, isn't it?
You can't get chippy right here. I know emotions run high, but if you're Liberty Hill... a personal foul call.
It looked like it was number 10, and he's the one that did. He was the quarterback on that punt, so he got hit a little late, so maybe taking out a little frustration, but you can't do that. So a little chippy, 3rd down and 3, big 3rd down and 3 here.
Yeah, Jonathan Hollywood, Keandre Hollywood plays running back and receiver, and he's been the playmaker all day for them. He's actually probably split time at running back and receiver.
Here we go, 3rd down and 3 for South Oak Cliff. They are going to do a handoff here. He's got some space on the edge. 1st down and more. This is a touchdown. South Oak Cliff. This one could be over.
Dallas ISD.
Oh, I put the wrong score.
Up.
No, don't look at that score, folks. That is the wrong score. It is not. That was not a score for Liberty Hill. That was a score for South Oak Cliff. There you go. Corrected it for you. 23-14. Touchdown, South Oak Cliff.
Look at the sea of white. I wish everyone could see that right now. This is...
Great block there by number 72. Who's that for South Oak Cliff? He
That's a good.
this is probably the tackle that pulls guard, Dennis Jones. Nice job of pulling and getting to the outside and blocking the one man you had to. And the extra point is no good.
A little doink there.
So things stay a little bit interesting.
See, back to the field goals. If they made their 2 field goals, it's a field goal.
It's a 3-point game.
That's
absolutely right.
Touchdown will win the game for them.
Yeah, so...
And I think what you were going to say is that a 10-point game and a 9-point game is a little different in this game, but I think Liberty Hill, they're going to be going for 2 touchdowns. If they're down by
But here's the thing is is Liberty Hill built to score, 2 times in 3 minutes?
Well, now
and that's meaning
right.
getting the onside kick as well. I mean, we saw them. They took a whole 3 minutes to score at the end of the half. So they're going to have to go quicker, maybe have to pass some more, and it's just a squad built to do that.
Yeah,
so
this game is dependent on a quick drive, and I'm thinking a minute, and then an onside kick. If you don't get the onside kick, it's over because they only have one timeout, and that's earlier. I said, don't take those timeouts early. When you're a team like this, who looks like it's going to be a close game, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what your defense is going to do, and you don't pass the ball. The clock doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So they're going to get into the territory of needing to spike it and lose downs. So things are not looking good for Liberty Hill.
I feel like it's coaching in this game. I mean, Liberty Hill's bit themselves in the butt a few times.
here you go. Official attendance for this game, 42,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 42,275 officially. Not the 60,000 I was thinking, but still, that's a lot of people. 40,000. And here we go. Kickoff from South Oak Cliff, and catches it about the 12, and he is going to go get bounced.
Oh, fumble!
Is South Oak Cliff got it?
Ball game.
They did get it. That is South Oak Cliff ball. Oh my goodness! And I wish I was in this building right now.
Fumble.
Can you imagine how loud it is in this building right now?
After we go off the stream, we're going to have to play that back
Yes.
right there and
Yes.
see how loud it was. And there they call it. Oh,
That's crazy.
Let me go ahead and do this. Possession, South Oak Cliff. And this one, I mean, this you want to be at the stadium right now. This is such a feel-good moment for South Oak Cliff. Here we go. We see a replay. Ball clearly out, and it's a scrum. And so whoever the ref sees at the end of the pile with it is going to get it, and it's going to be South Oak Cliff ball.
It's crazy because the dude who got it, he has one arm. He's in a cast.
wow.
Dang.
Oh, my gosh.
Big players make big plays on the big stage. Number 13 for South Oak Cliff. Let me see who you are. Sir, you are Taylor Starling, being the star of this right now. Liberty Hill is a little stunned. And South Oak Cliff minutes away from their first state championship and the first Dallas ISD school to claim the championship since 58. Asterisk 1980s, because as we know,
Dallas
Carter got their stripped. So second down and 10 now for South Oak Cliff with 2:50 and counting.
I don't think it's set in for these South Oak Cliff players yet. And they know they need to close out in the next few
Yep.
minutes, but I don't think it will be realized what they've done up until well after this game is over. I mean, they beat a team that has gone to, 6 out of 7, 7 out of 8 in Toledo?
Here we go. Second down and 10 for South Oak Cliff. And they are going to hand it off. And stays on his feet. He was lost. He had a loss of 3. Gains about 1, maybe 2 on that. Third down coming. And you wonder when Liberty Hill will use that timeout. Probably after the third down. So you may see another run coming.
That's the best 1-yard gain we've seen all day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a potential 2-3 yard loss. He keeps fighting.
Under 2 minutes to go now. When you get the first down here, game is over.
Officially over, I think.
I'm still shocked he coughs up the ball.
Yeah. I think, in hindsight, that's one of the ones that you call for a fair catch because they were down there quick. So
Here we go. Third and 9. And it will be a pass. And he got it.
Oh!
Ball game.
That's
Gets
game.
down to the 2-yard line, and that is going to be the ball game. Wow. Liberty Hill can call a timeout, but it's all for naught. Only 1:33 remaining. Just not enough time to do anything. All you got to do is kneel down, and you are the state champions. What a gutsy call there.
yeah.
What a gutsy call.
I mean, that could have been intercepted, but that's
Put it only where his
pinpoint pass.
What a pass! Only where his receiver could catch it. I'm running the clock here. I think the clock should be running by now, unless was there a flag on that play? Yeah, there was a flag on that play. So let me go ahead. I saw it in the replay. Let's see what the flag is. But
Henry Jennings is on the sideline right now, so pass interference on the offense.
no defense. Yeah. There we go. First down, and this one, once the clock starts running, will be. Yeah, there you go. You see the hold right there. I mean, that's really all he could do. So the receiver had a step on him. Nice pass, only where his receiver could catch it. So first down, and the clock has not. There we go. Now it's running 1:30 and counting, and you just take the knee.
Yeah.
And Dallas ISD getting their first championship
Represent.
in over 50 years. Victory formation now, and take the knee. And will Liberty Hill call a timeout? No, they will not.
This is the feel good story, I think, of
And there we go.
all week. Yep.
You love to see it. I mean, like I said, man.
Wow. This is what Texas high school football is all about.
I'm gonna text my friend on location.
I think we might have to talk to Josh Cook after this game.
And one more kneel down will do it after 40 seconds. Here we go. That's it. South Oak Cliff are your champions. I'm going to go ahead and throw this up right now. Let me take off the timeouts here. And let me take out the fourth. This one is, by all intents and purposes, a final. And your 2021 5A D2 champions, South Oak Cliff. Can you believe it? This is just a great story. I mean, sure you feel a little bad for Liberty Hill. I live 5 minutes from Liberty Hill. I said this on my podcast on Tuesday. You know what? I'm the only person probably near Liberty Hill not root for Liberty Hill because you just won. Score, Devin. Final in this one. South Oak Cliff 23. Liberty Hill 14. Your champions in this one. South Oak Cliff. Oh, this is the best. I wish I was there right now. I'm glad I'm here with you guys doing this, giving this to all the fans. But, man, can you imagine that stadium? Let's see what my friend says. He says, bro, they did it. Oh, man. Absolutely loves this right here.
Man, this is it's been a tough 2 years for Liberty Hill though, to go down at the last second against Crosby and then finally get over the hump, go back, and they just can't pull it out. But if they're not going to pull it out against anyone, it's going to be against a South Oak Cliff team that beat Aledo in the year where it seemed like Aledo was foregone champions. And we know they have a lot of guys graduating, so we may not see South Oak Cliff here back next year, but either way, forever. In the gym, in the stadium, the 2021 state champion banner. They'll remember this game. They'll remember that they brought 43,000 people out there.
Yes, Sean, John, that's correct. North Shore versus Duncanville, 3 o'clock. They won't start it any earlier, so they'll start the game later if they have to, but you won't see this one start any sooner. So 3 o'clock will most definitely be the kickoff time for this one. And it's only 1:40. That's how you know this game went quick. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I love this so much.
Wow. That sea of white. That's speechless.
That's right. I know. It's really. Like I said, we're gonna have to go back and turn up this volume here because, man, I want to hear what this coach has to say too. Man, get it off. No offense, but get it off Liberty Hill right now. this is all about South Oak Cliff. Go ahead and put it on them right now. I mean, oh. For those watching along, thanks a lot. Yep, 2021 Golden Bears for the win. Yep.
Be a good day for DFW if they can get 2 out of 3.
And Brian, definitely rooting for Duncanville as well. On our VYPE Blocker Talk Live podcast earlier in the week, I said if there's one man I want to see win the state championship, it's Coach Sample. It's just a great person. So definitely, I personally, I'm going to be rooting for them today. Big Bands, you can watch the game on DirecTV or Xfinity. That's kind of where only Valley Sports is, unfortunately. So not many channels carry them for various reasons. So that you'll have to talk to those providers about me. As we know, if you don't know everyone, by the way, YouTube TV doesn't have ESPN or ABC anymore. So if you're like me, I'm going to be switching providers fairly quickly here.
Officially, the first UIL title by a Dallas ISD school since 1950. Mentioned that a couple times. And wow.
Man, look at that. What a game. And this one's a little less clear on who maybe the offensive and defensive MVPs will be.
I think it's probably Keandre Hollywood for offensive. Not sure about defensive. Maybe who knocked it out with the cast on the fumble?
You don't think Farrar might get
I say
MVP?
80.
Yeah, it could be Farrar.
Number 80?
It could be Hollywood. Yeah, 80 on.
Yeah, he had
defense.
the key stop.
The pressure. He had the pressure and
Yep. We'll stick around with you until the. He had something about lollipops right there. He's a little joke there, but we'll stick around until the offensive and defensive MVPs are said, and then we'll log off until around 2:55 when the next game happens. So
South Oak Cliff is so everyone else has said the Texas Strong UIL champions hat, and South Oak Cliff has their own.
I will say that's not 100% true. The coach from Stephenville had that Stephenville cap on afterwards. Yes.
Okay.
Which, by the way, it's funny because Valley Sports put the S, the next star. I don't know if you know that. Stephenville has
already
stars. They put it at the top, but the coach himself, he has it right just 6 there. So interested to see how they do that.
Yeah. So Quaylen Farrar, 52 yards and a touchdown. He was named the player of the game by Bally, but we've seen several times where the offensive player of the game or the a player that we thought would be MVP does not get the Bally player of the game.
I think that happened yesterday. I feel like
Drew Jones in the Stratford Falls City
well,
game,
and I kind of feel like they could have given the offensive MVP for the Peyto game to Dumas or Wilson, and they gave it to Brown. So that's one of those things where they kind of all played so well. So we'll see what happens here. Again, just waiting on who gets the offensive and defensive MVPs here. Valley Sports gave the player of the game to Farrar, but we know that's not always the same as what UIL gives out. So sticking around here for a few more minutes, and then we will be back around 2:55. So again, thanks for joining us for this watch along. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, Keandre Hollywood for Jonathan. Keandre Hollywood was number 11, number 12. Farrar was number 4. So Farrar was the player of the game for Valley. He was number 4, and we got a couple chats in here. We'll talk about Ruben Owens on the next one because that's a great story. Hit 3,000 yards this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's set to break the record. If they had a full playoff run, he breaks the record single season.
See if I can see my man, Dr. Childs, out on the field. He's probably there somewhere. You're probably wearing some burnt orange because he's actually a professor at UT, so as well as a Longhorn fan. So here we go. Lots of first-time appearances this year, and so far, 3 of the 5 have won their first-time appearance. I think that's it, right? Yeah, because 5A, both the 6A games are
rematches in 2019.
Yeah. So only Holly and Austin LBJ did not win their first-time appearance.
People are saying this is the best crowd they've ever seen. It looks like it.
And it looks like number 6 has gotten the defensive MVP. Number 6 is Abdul Muhammad. He had the key breakup on the punt, fake punt. So defensive MVP with the key defensive play there.
Another linebacker that played good was number 2.
Number 2?
Number 2 played good.
Number 2, Tyrone Chambers gives a shout out here saying he played really good. And let's see who the offensive MVP is.
I can tell you who it is. It's Kevin Henry Jennings, the quarterback.
There you go. I mean, he had some key throws. I mean, you talk about some on that 4th and 8 where they scored their first touchdown. On the second touchdown, put it right on the money, and then on that clinching 3rd down throw. So offensive MVP, as we have found out, once again is Kevin Henry Jennings.
And I hope Kevin Henry Jennings goes up there in the Bass Pro Shops hat because he did that for his signing day. He had everyone.
He's repping.
You see it.
Yep.
He's got it in his hand now.
He does have it in his hand. Now, is there a story behind the hat?
I mean, that's a new trend. People with the Bass Pro Shop hat. He had his whole family wear it.
Hey, maybe trying to get that NIL.
I think so. There's been people calling for it, and he won't be playing too far away from AT&T next year. He'll be at SMU.
Well, there we go, folks. That is going to do it for us for this watch along for the 5A D2 State Championship. Again, we will be back at 2:55. You're free to join us again if you want.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back around, like I said, 2:55 for probably about 3 o'clock kickoff between North Shore and Duncanville. Part 3. You don't want to miss it. If you can't watch the game, tune in here to see what happens. Should be a great one. Thanks again, everyone, and we will see you at 2:55.